Greca and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn, and we're getting ready for a winter storm. We're getting ready for championship weekend in the NFL. We're just getting ready for a weekend on the Greca. How are you feeling today after having some sushi last night?
I don't like this.
Good. It was okay. I gave it wasn't a straight thumbs up. It was good. I would not do it again. It's just not my thing.
Oh, wait.
We got a lot to talk
about.
Then it wasn't good. Because if you wouldn't do it again, that means it wasn't good.
Because
Go ahead.
Listen, there were things that there was like a spicy salmon that I had. I thought tasted very good.
Okay.
But it just wasn't something that really interested me. It wasn't gross. It didn't taste terrible. It tasted good, but it just wasn't my thing.
How much did you have?
It's not something I would do again.
And how much did you have, and do you know what was ordered? Like, do you really know what was ordered?
Well, we definitely ordered California roll. What'd
you think of that? Let's start with that. You tried the California roll. What'd you think?
It's fine. You know how I feel about avocado. So I'm not a big avocado guy, but there's avocado in there. But there was cucumber in there. And that was fine.
Okay.
Then there was I don't know what you call it. It's like a spicy salmon that had the rice around it and whatever that orange sauce that made it spicy. I thought that was very good.
Okay, that you enjoyed.
But I'm not a cold dinner type of guy. Like I always go with the hot sandwiches. I'll always go with like a meatball hero or a steak sandwich before I would go with like an Italian sub. So that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like I don't, eating something cold just isn't my thing. But it tasted fine. It wasn't slimy. It wasn't disgusting. It was like, oh God, this is awful. It was okay. But if I'm going out to dinner, I don't think that's something that I would order. But if it's on the table and I might partake, so I'm not against it, it was all right.
All right, so it's not something like if Peter and I were like, hey, Don, let's go get some sushi tonight. It's not like you're like, yeah, I'll do it. You would probably pass.
Well, I would pass if it was a place that only served sushi. But if it was like a Japanese steakhouse that had sushi and I can get a steak, but I might partake in some appetizer. I think Danny from Long Island was right in this sense. It never felt like dinner. It really just kind of felt like something I'd have as an appetizer.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're someone, I'll put it this way. Here's how I want to validate what Don's saying. I'm a little disappointed too. I'm a little upset. But here's how I'm going to validate what Don's feeling. There are times, Alan, I'm sure you'll relate to this, where if I'm starving and my wife goes, sushi, I'll be like, nah, I'm starving. I don't want sushi. That is a thought process I've had.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole cliche thing about being hungry in another hour after you've had sushi. But
as I've gotten
it's a good
older,
light meal. It's a good light meal. But again, to me, if you're going, first of all, Don's right in that when you go, you want to go somewhere like a Japanese steakhouse. So the sushi is sort of like an appetizer. It's not really the meal.
Well, no, that's not true. If you're an amateur. Well, if you're an amateur, if you're someone who loves good sushi, you just want to go to a place and have amazing sushi.
Well, then you get you're going to get the big boat, and it's like this huge tray, and you're just picking off it the whole time, and by the time you're done, you do feel full. But for Don, I think for Don's palate, I do think he's more of a guy that you could get a couple of rolls to start, right? And then you get some steak. And I kind of roll that way. I do. I roll that way. I feel like it's more of like a pre-meal than it is the entire meal. Unless it's lunch, then I'm good.
I enjoy it for every kind of meal. If you're going to a full-on legitimate, really legitimate, serious sushi place, you go. This is me, only me talking.
Okay.
I'm going. I'm getting 2 or 3 apps. I'm getting gyoza or some other sort of dumpling. I'm getting edamame. I'm getting different tuna. The spicy tuna. Oh, give me a. Now, when you said spicy tuna, Alan, I mean Don, did you mean a spicy tuna roll, or do you mean spicy tuna like spread out on the a spicy salmon, was it on like a crunchy thing or rolled up in rice?
Rolled up in rice.
Okay, rolled up in rice. But Alan, you know the spicy tuna app that will come on the delicious crispy rice?
Yes.
So like I'm getting a couple apps, and then you share a nice 3 or 4 rolls and you're in business.
Yeah.
It's just about ordering the right way. But listen,
it's ways to do it, but it's clearly not his bag. So
he tried.
He tried
it.
Though.
I tried.
I salute you for trying it.
What was your
entree,
entree, though?
Do it.
That wasn't what was in front of you. When we saw the picture, Alan, I said, my man didn't even order sushi. He ordered something else. What was your actual entree?
I got teriyaki beef as my entree.
Okay.
And that came out first, and then all of, Matt Lachlan, who's the radio voice of the Devils, he got like a seaweed salad, and that came out with my order. And then the seafood, then the sushi started to come, so I needed to put it somewhere. I kind of put it on top of what I was already eating.
Oh. How did you feel about the seaweed salad when you saw it?
It didn't look appetizing to me at all.
Yeah, that would have turned me off. I would have had to like.
I'm a big seaweed salad guy. Big.
Yeah, that's
big
not,
fan.
That's
it doesn't taste what it looks like.
No, I'm sure it doesn't.
It's like sweet and delicious. It's Anthony, you a seaweed? Excuse me. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
We lost him. He gone.
Anthony, are you a seaweed salad man?
I thought we lost you there for a second.
No, I'm not dead. I'm still here.
I've never had it, but I'm not against trying it.
Listen, I'm proud of you, Don. You went out, you tried something new, and you're a good man. You're a better man for doing so.
I love it.
I couldn't remember all the things that Rachel ordered, so I just text her if she can give me a list of exactly what was ordered, because I tried everything.
I appreciate that.
And there was some nice like fried shrimp that I had that obviously was not sushi, but it was a good meal. It was fun. There was Momo Sushi was where we went.
Right.
Momo Sushi, Vancouver. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, she was trying
there's
to
one
figure
here.
out different spots.
There's one in New York as well.
It's a chain, or is it just a name that's used?
It's a great question.
Could be one.
Don,
of those
was it a
things
big?
I use Momo all
was
the
it a
time.
big? Was it a big yellow sign out front that said Momo Sushi?
Yes.
All right, I found it.
Big yellow sign,
I
Momo
thought you
Sushi,
say
and I felt
Bobo.
Yes, I do say Bobo, but you also say Momo, depending on what's going on. But I was told, because Rachel and Maddie are big sushi fans, and they thought the sushi was wonderful there.
Okay.
So
they would know.
I'll tell you what, it's not. I don't want to cast aspersions.
Wasn't fancy.
It's not.
I felt like I was in a Chinese restaurant. Is what I felt.
I gotta tell you, Alan.
That's not the
Google
vibe we
real
get.
quick, Alan.
Yeah.
I don't love what I'm seeing review wise on Yelp. The Yelp reviews are not great.
The one in New York?
No, Vancouver. 375 Water Street. Don.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Almost.
TripAdvisor's decent, but Yelp reviews aren't great.
What's the complaint though? I mean, it's a 4.5 star wise.
That's on TripAdvisor. Go down to Yelp though, not the same. 2.9.
I see. Okay.
Although who leaves reviews? Psychopaths. Let's be honest.
You never did?
I mean, for me to leave a review, it would have to be astoundingly bad.
Yelp 2.9, 127. So TripAdvisor's got way more people. Do you think that some of these restaurants, when they get some bad reviews and their rating goes down, that they have like workers like put in higher to bring their number back up?
1,000.
Fluff the number?
1,000%.
Because
there are bots for that,
You could ruin someone's business.
Correct.
By
you can't let them do that.
A whole bunch of people who never even went just to complain about it and give it bad reviews.
Well, what's the thing? You would have to be blown away.
What?
No, I just can't get the gauge of the place. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, is it like a low-key but good sushi spot, or is it more like a lunch casual, just grab some sushi on the go spot?
It was definitely water, not like Bidwell.
It was definitely water.
Okay.
But anyway.
Hey, look, you tried it. That's what we wanted.
Big day.
We're proud of you for doing it. This has been some trip for you, and hopefully you'll be able to make it home on time.
No, it's a crazy trip just because I left Sunday with the team. So it was like Sunday afternoon. It's Friday. Friday right now, it's
wow.
It's noon here. I've worked one game. I worked Monday's game in Calgary. Edmonton was national, so I was there, but I didn't work it. So I finally get to work a game tonight and then Sunday afternoon. That's a frustrating thing. Gone for 7 days and only had to work 3 games. But no, Vancouver's amazing. It's a great trip, and everybody's been really cool. It's just I'm looking forward to actually having a game tonight to do and see if they can't make it 5 out of 6.
Yeah, getting you back to work. That's what you want to do.
Yeah,
You're on this trip for
let's
certainly
do it.
for that. And it's while that's going on, of course, we've got a championship weekend we can discuss. We've got I mean, the NFL. Look, when are you ever that caught, like, surprised by the coaching carousel that goes on in the NFL? Like, this time of year, jobs open. Some people, apply for jobs. They interview for jobs. Coaches are named. Most of the time, you're like, okay, we'll see how he does, right? I mean, the owner in Miami couldn't remember his coach's name, but
tough. That's
a tough one. But what's happening in Buffalo is really interesting on so many levels. Aside from Dable interviewing, which sounds interesting enough, how everything went down with McDermott, and now they're bringing in Phillip Rivers interviewing for that job. And that feels like out of left field, doesn't it? A very bizarre kind of thing. The guy hasn't coached at the NFL. Now, I know he was an NFL quarterback, but wouldn't you want to have, like, somebody that at least, like, if you're him, shouldn't you do what Aaron Glenn did, which is start out scouting, start out as a low-level coach, work your way up, get enough experience under your belt to get to a point where you could be a head coach? He's jumping right in. I mean, he returned to the NFL, played a couple games for the Colts, and now he's interviewing for a head coach position? That sounds really fast.
I don't.
Listen. Go ahead, Don.
I don't know how anybody could make that kind of a leap. Maybe you could do it in other sports, but this is such a coach-driven league. I'm sorry, you got to go through the rigors of it. I know he's done it on the high school level with his kids, and I know he was a quarterback, and obviously he made it back at the age of 43, whatever he was, 44, because of how intelligent he is. But this is too much heavy lifting for that kind of inexperience. Yeah. And it just shows me that this is completely reactionary by Pegula. Didn't seem to have a plan after letting McDermott go. He was obviously listening to people, or just was so passionate to make a move that now you're kind of scrambling. And I'm sorry, as much as I thought McDermott was somebody that should be reevaluated at the end of the season, we talked about his job possibly being in jeopardy if they had an early exit. But didn't seem like you got any kind of a plan, man. Just change for change's sake, and that's never a good reason to fire a coach.
That's definitely what it feels like in Buffalo. It's something to watch, right? It's just something to see, because they have been the it franchise. They have the it quarterback, and he's not there. And the year that you thought was the year to break through didn't happen. Just what's happened up in Buffalo is just something that I would suggest to everybody to keep an eye on. That's all. Because, boy, did that – for something that felt stable, how unstable that has become. Unstable, maybe, is that the better word?
Let's be honest, all right? The Buffalo Bills are what they are because of Josh Allen.
Well,
that's why they're stable. That's why they win. And now I'm going to go coach them. I'm not saying that Josh Allen's anywhere close to retiring, but obviously he has a shelf life. And the last time they were well run was the last time they had a quarterback in Jim Kelly. It's not an attractive place to play, although I do love the city of Buffalo. I love the passion of the fans. Mm-hmm. But, it's cold. It's kind of not a heavy populated city. It's not a popular place that I think players want to go play unless you're going to win. And you've got an owner that there's a lot of allegations thrown around, like how much does he care? Is this just like a pet project for him? That's definitely what they think with the Sabres situation, although they've kind of turned it around there. Once Josh Allen is gone, Buffalo is not an attractive place to go play. God love their fans, and I root for them. But that's a tough sell, man. It is. For free agents, for coaches.
And it when you look at the division, Miami's got a new coach. The Jets are a disaster. New England went and got Vrabel, and they're 60 minutes from a Super Bowl appearance. Like, think about it like that. The Bills' window was there, and it feels like, boy, is it starting to close? Did the Patriots just grab the division back again? And who are they really worried about when you see what's happening in Miami and obviously with the Jets? And that's like that's what frustrates you. When we've talked about the NFL and how amazing is it that you're looking at some of the same brands that always seem to show up year after year, at least over the last 10 years, right? Seattle, you're used to seeing them play at this level. Denver, we have seen them do that. They're bad for just a small amount of time. New England, same thing. The good franchises are bad for a small amount of time. And that, I think, is why it feels like there isn't parity in the league. That's why when we talk about this stuff, I always say to myself, is it that it's unfair in the NFL because there's always the haves and the have-nots? Or is it just simply because, like who said it yesterday, that sometimes it's really just, how about just run your franchise the right way? Have good ownership, have stable ownership, and have the ability to be competitive versus what we see in the NFL where everybody can spend the same amount of money. But yet it just seems like the same franchises suck and the same franchises are good. And in the end, sports, like baseball and the whole idea of a salary cap, guys, I don't know. I do think it does come down to my biggest criticism of Brian Cashman. It's not how much you're given to spend. It's how you spend it.
So let me ask you this then. What's more important, the head coach or the quarterback? Because what you're suggesting is it's the head coach. Because you can't always choose your quarterback. You got to be in the right position in the draft, right? Or you've got to be an attractive place to win over a free agent or have the draft capital to make a trade. It's not easy to get the quarterback. But the coach, if you've got an owner and if you could pay them, it doesn't count towards the cap. It sounds like the head coach is easier to get. The Patriots got their quarterback, although I'm still not 100% sold he's Tom Brady. He did not play well. They probably lose that game if Houston has a competent quarterback, and we all agree on that last week because he did not play well. That's why I think the Patriots still can be had this week. We'll get our picks at 5:45.
Oh, well, I'm ready.
But Vrabel was the right hire.
Clearly.
I mean, and Vrabel didn't have this kind of success in Tennessee on a consistent basis because he was searching for the quarterback, right? But now you've got the quarterback and the head coach. But when you're talking about stable organizations, what's easier to get? It's the head coach. I've got the money to pay him. I'm an attractive franchise. I've got an owner that's competent, wants that head coach. That head coach wants to go there.
And
like Buffalo.
and Don, you don't even have
Buffalo,
to be.
Peter.
Yeah.
Josh
And you don't
Allen,
even have
once
to
he's
be-
gone, how attractive is that job?
Well, oh no, obviously completely less attractive. However, let's be clear. I don't even think the standard for, quote, attractive franchise has to be that high. Don't be a hideous franchise. It's literally just that. Don't show up with boogers hanging off your lip and hair sticking out of your ears, and you basically can get anyone you want. I mean, it's certainly to have the best shot at the Harbaugh situation is a great example. The Giants are in the best spot, and get ready, Giants fans, because of the fantastic history of this team. In spite of the last several years, there is a certain decorum that people believe in when it comes to John Mara, the Tisch family, the entire Giants organization. Sure, that will help you in getting a John Harbaugh over a Tennessee or a Miami or whoever. But generally speaking, if we're looking for a starting coach and it's a pretty good candidate, if you show up and you just have your basic body parts functioning, and you can get words out of your mouth, and the check's clear, you're able to get it done. We're because when you look at the Jets, for example, we're looking at a toothless freak, okay? A stumbling, drunk, toothless freak that no one wants to go home with. But otherwise, you should be able to get someone.
And that's why I don't understand. I don't want to make this a Jets conversation, but it is because we're going to watch Championship Weekend, and we're going to say it's been 15 years since the Jets made the playoffs, and the last time we saw them was in that game, right? So it shows you that even with Woody Johnson as an owner, which we do, at least me, complain a lot about him not getting it, you can overcome that and have success like they did in back-to-back years, build something that is that good. They were able to do that, right? But
right.
Why do they have 15? It's a long time. You know how hard it is to be that bad 15 years, man? 15 years. And yet other franchises can get, they can be really bad. I mean, the Patriots were bad. They were bad for a couple of years. But it went by so fast, and it turns quickly. Why? Is it as simple as, Peter's describing something, and I know what you're saying, but, is it really as simple as just clean it up and everybody will look at you a different way? Because the Giants, John Harbaugh walks in the room and says they're the New York Football Giants. Well, of course I wanted this job.
Well, we
and
love
now
football.
Everybody's like, oh, the Giants are going to be fine. Oh, they're going to turn it around. What is it, 8.5 now? The over-under? Like in an instant,
8.5.
You're taking a team that was like they couldn't get out of their own way in the second half of games where they were a disaster with a lead. They were a mess all across the board. And yet you change one piece and everyone now goes, oh, I can see them win. And I feel that way. I could see them win. I could see them
because
8.5 or more in 1 year, turning it around in 1 year. Vrabel walked in and turned a team around in 1 year.
Now,
so,
they might have gotten lucky
you think
because
so?
he played there. He had blood in the ground.
Yes, he did.
Right? So that maybe helped bring Vrabel. They were able to pivot a little easier. Would Vrabel want to be in New England had he not played there? Know the owner, know the lay of the land.
That's
so
fair.
Maybe there's a little luck there. But just the Patriots are no historic franchise until you look over the last 25 years and what Robert Kraft has been able to build. And so it becomes an attractive place. I disagree with Peter, like the toothless with the Jets. The Jets can be attractive. It's New York. They do spend money. It may not be a historic history, like as far as like on the level of the Giants or the Cowboys or the Bears or something, but teams have won with the Jets, had some success as recently as 15 years ago. It's just that nobody trusts their owner. If they had competent ownership, Peter, the Jets could be an attractive place to go play and to turn it around.
Sure.
But
totally.
So that's what's frustrating because you can't just replace Woody Johnson. Now the Giants were kind of teetering. All right, exactly how good is the ownership?
Right.
Not only not having won in a while since John has fully taken over, but also his health situation. But their history could win a John Harbaugh over. If you don't have the history, you better have a competent owner, an owner that people trust, an owner that is respected around the league, and then you can get the coach, and that coach can go out and get the general manager and the quarterback, and you can build. The Jets' problem is they just don't have that kind of ownership.
Yeah.
And it's not that attractive a franchise to overcome the poor ownership.
And think about it. The teams that turn around quickly, and we just were mentioning, how's the ownership in New England? Robert Kraft has had some things, that is embarrassing to his personal life. But overall, as an owner in the NFL, is he of good standing? Respected owner?
Seems like he's respected.
Guy that's got a voice in the NFL, right? He does. He's got influence, right? He's got Goodell's ear, and that's the same thing you said about Mara. Like he's a respected owner. He's got the commissioner's ear. There's history there, like that stuff. That's why again, bad franchises can't hire new coaches. They have to hire experienced coaches. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to turn it around. And that's why you'll see what you see this weekend. That's why Denver a couple of years ago was bad. Really bad. And what did it cost them to get Sean Payton? First round pick. Some people might think that's crazy to trade a first round pick for a head coach. Why would you do that? You can't give up assets like that when you're a bad franchise. But how's it working out for him now? Right? Like, so
right.
Decisions you make sometimes you have to know who you are. And the Patriots realized who they were. They tried to do something with Gerard Mayo. They thought it'd be a good. No, you can't do this here. Not in that market. Not this franchise. So they get smart and they go get a veteran. They give up after 1 year because they think it's smart. That's why you're going to see this weekend some franchises. Seattle they did it a different way, but they were able to because of the market they're in. McVay is young. That's another way you could do it as well. But in L.A., nobody pays attention to the Rams. You can get away with it. In Boston and in New York, you can't get away with it. In those types of markets, you can't. And that's why, the Giants right now are in a much different place within a week's time, all because of one person walking in the building. That's the difference. 800-919-3776. We already got calls ready to go. It's going to be a fun Friday. My good buddy Rich Hoffman from News 12. We've got to talk some weather with you guys and get everybody ready for this. And Rich is a huge sports fan, by the way. He's going to be joining us later on in the show to get us ready for a weekend that we're going to need some shovels, some salt, and a whole lot of patience, everybody. So we'll give you the latest on the weather because I know that's on everybody's mind. But we also have the football to talk about and all the New York stuff as well. So stay with us, Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $189 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM844681, MSRP $29,075. Zero security deposit ends 2/2/26.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Ready for action, basketball fans? BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is giving players another reason to hit the court this season. BetMGM is adding extra excitement to every basket, every slam dunk, and every buzzer-beating shot with special promotions, new features, and more. Log in throughout the season to find odds boost tokens, no sweat tokens, and same-game parlay boost tokens in your account to amplify your winnings. Enjoy enhanced product features like dark mode, too. Log into BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, all throughout the basketball season to see what's new.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy Friday, but not a happy ride on the BQE eastbound side. Right after the Kosciuszko Bridge in Queens, big crash blocking 2 lanes. Traffic is at a standstill from Flushing Avenue in Brooklyn. Westbound side, a lane out with emergency crews on the scene. You're bumper to bumper there from Northern Boulevard. Already packed on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore, hitting the brakes from the Verrazano on through. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Egan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, some pockets of slowdowns from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George roadwork on the upper deck going to run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels about 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Hey team, Wendy here. If you're looking to consolidate your high-interest credit card debt with a personal loan, take a look at SoFi's stats. A SoFi personal loan comes with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. That looks good on paper, but SoFi also passes the eye test, having helped its members pay off over $33 billion in debt to date. Score. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/stats today. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/stats. NMLS 696891.
All right, before we get to the calls, guys, I do want to just, I guess, clarify something that I did say yesterday in regards to the Jets and the defensive coordinator interviews, because you saw the Athletic had a report where they were having a hard time getting experienced DCs in to interview. They did talk to a couple of guys. Wink Martindale's experienced, and they had him. Now, these were virtual interviews. They didn't have anybody come actually in the building yet. But Wink's one guy, and we know he's experienced. Another interesting name is Jim Leonard. Now, he's a former Jet, former Raven, too, of course. And Bart speaks highly of him as a teammate. And he's a guy that seems to be moving up pretty quickly in the defensive coaching ranks, who could be a good addition, especially when you consider the blood in the ground thing. And Aaron Glenn, who I don't think they were not teammates with the Jets, but they do both have that in their background. So just wanted to clarify that it's not like no one's interviewing, but a lot of the names, if I read them to you, you'd look at me like, who the hell, like you don't know. But those are two names that you should recognize as a NFL fan.
The Dove Kleiman tweet was that there were two high-profile DCs that weren't interested in talking to the Jets.
Right.
But you just mentioned two guys, in Wink Martindale and Jim Leonard, that I think are very high on their list, very respected.
Yeah.
That you don't care about the other two. And I brought it up yesterday with Damian Woody. I almost lean on the side of those two DCs being gutless because they're afraid they're going to fail with the Jets and not get any other traction. Well, Robert Saleh failed with the Jets and became a head coach. So have faith in yourself that you're going to be able to turn it around. So I did think that was a little performative. I thought that report, not that it wasn't true, but I thought it was kind of clickbait in the sense of, see, nobody wants to coach the Jets. If they landed Jim Leonard, as you said, former Jet, former Raven, had success here when he was in New York, Rex, and you get Wink Martindale, I think Jet fans would be very excited about either of those two being DCs.
Yeah, but would Aaron Glenn, who's a defense guy, that could be part of it too. It could be guys that come in saying, I don't want to be a defensive coordinator and the head coach is a defensive guy. You want to be able to run your own show. So who knows? But I just wanted to add there were two names that people would definitely recognize. One thing also, as we get you ready, and we'll be talking a lot about the AFC and NFC Championship games and the matchups. The back and forth between the Broncos and the Patriots is getting kind of interesting, a little spicy. But the thing that stood out to me the most, speaking of former Jets, John Franklin Myers. Here's what he said. Now, again, Jarrett Stidham has not thrown a pass in a game for the Broncos yet. Not just this season, ever. And he's got to play now because of Bo Nix's injury. Listen to what he says about what he thinks Stidham is in comparison to who he's going up against in Drake May.
The thing about Stiddy, he knows what he's doing. He understands why the coach is calling a certain calls, and that's what makes him so good. Sometimes you get out there, you play football, you run what's called. You're not understanding where you want the ball to go, how fast, when, and everything. And Stiddy, man, he's running the scout team plays, and he's running them better than Dave's starting quarterback. So I'll tell you, man, he's a good player for us, and man, we're excited for him.
So he's running their
so
offense.
We're going Stiddy, huh?
Well,
everyone's going Stiddy, huh?
They call him Stiddy.
Got to go Stiddy. Yeah.
Stiddy is what they call him. But
Stiddy.
How about him thrown out there that he runs the Patriots offense as a scout team better than Drake May does?
I mean, you could look at it as a dig, but I can't fault any of those guys trying to talk up a guy that hasn't thrown a pass all year to help them win a championship game and to go to the Super Bowl. So you got to do whatever you can to talk the guy up, talk yourself up, right? I mean, you're an underdog in your own building because of this. so the Patriots could put it on the bulletin board, a disrespect to me. Don't you have to, if you're a Broncos, say whatever you have to gain some confidence in a backup quarterback trying to lead you to the promised land here?
Man, you don't have
so I
to
can't fault him for that.
But you don't need to bring in the other team's quarterback in the conversation. You want to pump your guys' tires, that's great, but, he's doing it better than Drake May is. I mean, easy, bud. Easy. Again, the back and forth has been really interesting between these two teams. And, Peter, I know you love that it's steady. All right, 800-919-3776. Let's first and foremost, this is probably the most important call of the day. Marcus from Vancouver. Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
Hello?
Yeah, we got you, Marcus.
What's going on? Listen on. Canada loves you. You know this. I know you love Canada. Canada loves you. So happy you're here. I seen last night you went for sushi for the first time, yeah?
Yeah, yes. That's right, Crody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man. Oh. A man of your taste. You need, brother. There's so many jeez.
Okay.
No, you're good. No,
you
fight
didn't
through
do
it.
You didn't do
There's
it.
so
you
many better places in the area. All I want to tell you is next time you come back here, next time you want sushi, you go to Tokyo in April. It's about 2 blocks away from the arena. I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you.
So tell me something. Did Mans go to a whack spot, Crody? I mean, is Momo not the real deal?
Oh, that's way far out, brother. That's Toronto.
I know. I'm just having fun. But I know Vancouver, you guys don't get down like this, but it's still fun. Is Momo trash though?
Yes, big time. Man. I live about 2 blocks away from there. I pass it every time I go to the liquor store. I've eaten there. It's no good. Don is a man of taste. He's a man of culture.
Well,
this was really important and very telling. I appreciate you sharing this.
Yeah, we're taking lots of notes.
I thought from
there,
the pictures, I didn't want to attack Rachel because she's obviously lovely and intended the best.
Yeah.
But when I looked at the pictures, Alan, I was like, this just looks
impressed.
like a little lunch counter jabroni spot that you're going to take my man Don his first time. And it's not right, Crody. You know what I mean? What are we doing?
Listen, every time he goes to the liquor store, he passes it. Not really impressed. That was good notes to take.
Well, the question is, how often is he passing it by?
Probably a lot. Might have just gotten back.
Might have just seen it right now.
Gotten back.
Hey,
look, we all know it's telly time every time. And Don, we know you'll be back in Vancouver, so we'll just take notes. 800-919-3776. How about Brendan in O'Callahan?
Oh, it's our guy, Brendan
O'Callahan.
Oh, okay.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm so happy to talk to you guys.
It's been a minute, buddy. Do you know Alan yet?
No,
Brendan,
you gotta have
Brendan,
to
you met Alan yet?
Here because I don't.
This is our buddy. This is our buddy Brendan O'Callahan. We've been friends with him since he was like, what were you, 11 or 12?
11.
11, and now you're 18.
How old are you now?
I'm 18.
Wow,
that's our guy, man.
Okay,
Alan, it's nice to speak with you too.
Likewise.
What's going on, buddy?
Don, I have a quick hockey question for Don.
All right.
Obviously, the Rangers are having a very unfortunate and disappointing season. Don,
Yes.
What do you think the chances are that they force Mika Zibanejad out the door with how he has been playing and what his value could be at right now?
I think it's an ongoing process to try to get him to waive his no-movement clause. I think it's something Chris Drury wants to do, and unfortunately, Zibanejad doesn't want to do it. I think they can get something for him. It's just maybe at some point, get close to the deadline, the team's not going anywhere, that maybe he will decide that he wants to waive it. He's having a good season, and he's not the reason why that they're in the situation they're in. They need to start moving away from these core players. They're able to get rid of Kreider and Trouba, and now it's time to think about Zibanejad. Was JT Miller a mistake, guys, considering you bring in this guy who's in his mid-30s thinking you're going to go compete for a Stanley Cup, and now it looks like you got a full-blown rebuild on your hands. So it's better to start parting ways with these guys. Maybe Mika sees and says, as much as I love being in New York, do I want to be on a team that's not going to go to the playoffs or a team that's not going to get as far as I think I can? He's not getting any younger. It's just about convincing them to move it. But, Alan, These guys negotiate for it. They want it. And to ask him to waive it, especially when you love New York, he's got a young family now.
Yep.
He's made his roots here.
Yep.
So I can understand him wanting to stay. But at the same time, do you want to be one of the guys that prohibits this team from moving forward and staying on a team that doesn't look like it can gain any traction? They're the worst team in the Eastern Conference right now.
What you're asking is, do you really want to stay on a team that doesn't want you? Like, nobody wants that. What athlete wants, like, well, I'm staying, you're going to have to deal with me. I don't want to leave, so it's up to you. All right, well, you're not playing up to your standard anymore, and we're trying to go in a different direction.
But
it would be so awkward to be around a team where you just know they don't want me here. So he's got to make that tough decision at some point.
But here's the spin I'd make it. Like, he's actually playing pretty well, and it still doesn't matter because the team's not good enough. So where are we going? Like, you could work out, you could do all the things to become a better player. It's gone beyond Mika Zibanejad not living up to expectations. It's got to the point where he can't do it himself. So it's time to move on. But okay. I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do, right?
No, you can't make it happen, but you got to work something out, and that's that. We all know that it comes to that point sooner or later. But man, do I hate no trades and no moves, and that they should definitely not have that stuff in sports.
And I don't know if you know the Brendan story. It was in Jersey. It made all the news where he was his major bus accident going on a trip, and he was a listener to the show. We had him in the studio. Peter, I'm blown away. That was 7 years ago. He went from being an 11-year-old. He's an 18-year-old man now. Like, where does the time go?
It's so crazy. We got to meet Brendan, of course, because he was him and his classmates were in a really rough bus accident. And then we got the pleasure of getting to meet him, and he came to the studio, and then he just stayed in touch with us over the years. And now he's going to school and working on becoming a broadcaster himself. It's crazy, man. Did you see the video he sent us this week, Don?
No.
So you check your email. Twitter? Check your email. No, check your email. I think Anthony forwarded us an email, or he has my email address, so I got it from him direct. But he sent us
it should be in your email now, Donnie.
And he's talking to me, you and Michael. He just wanted to update us on what's been happening and what he's working on. And it's just crazy seeing him talk as an 18-year-old. It's just these years, back to Alan's original point, man, the COVID, time goes way too fast as an adult, but as if it wasn't messed up enough already, this time in the world, we all now got stuck with double time over the last several years.
I'll say it again for those that didn't hear it. Since COVID, 60 minutes is now 30 minutes. Somehow, some way. It just feels like, when you tap the screen and the video plays a little bit faster, 2x.
2 times.
It for some reason, since then, that's what at least it feels like for me. It doesn't feel like that if you're in school because you sit in a classroom and that the second hand sometimes goes backwards. But when I think at our age, it just definitely feels like it has sped up. This show, though, a lot more left in it. 800-919-3776, including your calls, the championship weekend in the NFL. The Mets and Yankees rosters are complete. The Knicks play the Sixers tomorrow, by the way. So Wednesday night was Wednesday night, right? Whatever they did to the Nets. But we should also talk about how important tomorrow's game is for a Sixer team that's playing a lot better, that has dominated the Knicks in 2 matchups that they've had already this season. So you really want to send the message that, okay, that run we went through where we were just garbage, that's behind us now. Tomorrow afternoon in Philly, that's exactly the time to prove that whatever happened Wednesday night is a real thing and not just because the Nets are just a really, really bad team. So lots more to get to. 800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Rick Pitino goes for his 900th career win against his son Richard when St. John's travels to Cincinnati to take on Xavier. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1:10 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress, $199 and up, is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily, so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Hey, Don, I know you're a regular connoisseur of the Mets on SNY, right?
Yes.
Did you see this about the director of SNY?
Yeah, 17 years. Yeah, that's almost the whole time they've been on SNY. Where they started SNY in '06, I believe. So this is so it's what 20 years. So he's done every year but 3. I've never met him, but it's
who's out at SNY?
It's
John
DeMarco. DeMarco
is the long time. 17 years director.
I've never met him, but he's somebody. He put a lot of his while directing the game, he would have a camera going on him. Right? 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 And it would be fascinating to see inside, in the truck and places like that where you kind of see how the action happens. And he wrote this whole little manifesto about why it's over, and it's interesting. So I'd be curious to see if the games. I don't know. Do you're in the business, so do you notice broadcasts? Do you watch games differently, Don? And I mean, Peter. I mean, you know how this stuff works too with the WWE broadcasts, right? It's all kind of the same idea, where there's a lot of things that you see that the viewer at home doesn't, and a lot of things that go on that the final product that you see at home, you should see the mayhem that's going on in the background between producers, directors, graphic producers, and all the different things that have to happen and go right all at the same time. I wonder if the broadcasts will look different.
But they do a tremendous job over at SNY. Baseball's tough, man, because there's so many different tough, but also a chance to be creative, right? Because I see behind the scenes in hockey and what Roland Dratch and Chris Meberg do, but you're kind of stagnant in the sense you got to follow the puck. You can't be overly creative because you got to be able to follow the play. There's so much downtime in baseball. It allows you to show the crowd, show different players on the field, split screens, pitcher, catcher, show the umpire, and they really allow themselves to be creative. And I think SNY does a great job. I hope it doesn't change at all because I think they do a really good product.
Yeah, no, just again, an interesting thing certainly to watch along the way. Let's take Justin in Massapequa up next with us. Justin, how you doing?
I'm excited that the Yankees kept Cody Bellinger, and I think he'll win us a World Series. And I was reminiscing about the 4 out of 5 World Series that my dad and my 2 uncles got to see watching them on YouTube the other day. And I think Cody Bellinger will help us go to the World Series this year and win the World Series. And Soto, 2 years ago when they were in the World Series against the Dodgers, I always say, since I didn't get to see those dynasty 4 out of 5 teams back then, that was my 1 year. It felt like to me that was the 98 team and all those teams back then because I never got to see those teams. So that was my team back then. But I think Bellinger will help us go to the World Series and win it too because even without Soto, I think he puts the ball in play, and I think we'll have a really good year this year. And I think Cody Bellinger puts the ball in play.
Yeah.
And Peter, how is it being a dad?
Oh, wow.
Oh, thanks,
Way
Justin.
to close.
That's a big one to close with.
What a perfect question to ask at the end there. So how is it being a dad, Peter, of a 1-year-old now who's watching television, walking around, probably slapping you in the forehead every now and then because kids just randomly hit you?
I'm catching some slaps. Man, I was just talking about this today on Cheap Heat. It's amazing. It's beautiful. She is easily the greatest thing ever. There's no high in the world than like when I walk in the house every night and she looks up at me. When I was telling Alan yesterday, the positioning of her high chair is such where she'll turn around to see me, and to see her light up with her big goofy teeth that are coming in now, it's amazing. And also simultaneously, I just want to, say to Alan and Don and everyone else I know, you guys are all liars, and nobody tells the truth about how hard this whole thing is too. Actually, I'll be honest. Alan, I don't blame. It's been a while, and he's used to it. By the time he got to the 4th one, he was so in his groove. It's like, It's like Ted Williams hitting a baseball. It's not hard to get a base hit. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, you'll see it once the second and third come along. Instinctual. You don't even feel it.
The third comes along.
Like, oh, here we go. I know this.
But yeah, like at 1 year, and I was thinking about this yesterday, guys. And we're a mostly New York-based show with our listeners. Of course, we have people everywhere watching us on YouTube, but a lot of people in the tri-state. Like, even if you're doing decent in life, New York City is kind of hard living, particularly in January. Like, New York City is kind of hard living. Moving around is hard. Everything you do is kind of hard. An apartment is an apartment. It's tight quarters. And listen, I know this is like overly honest. I'm sorry because Justin just goes, "Hey, how's being a dad?" And I have to get into the nitty gritty. But whenever anyone asks me, I'm like, "How much time you got?" It's amazing, and it's also the hardest job of all time. It's completely. I mean, guys,
the first
Don,
one's the toughest, Peter, because you're so used to having your own time to yourself.
Me
and
Don, it was like 45 years. What do you make it down? 48, 50?
Yeah,
I was 49 when they were born.
40, like you go such a long time where the only thing I ever had to worry about was, well, after like 6 hours, I got to get home to Bear. Let me make sure I come back and run Bear outside. It's a totally, and I get home to Natalie and we're going to try to find the right person to help us now or daycare. Natalie spent the first year herself. She's just been doing it all and she's ready.
No,
she's ready
hard.
to get outside a little bit, move around.
Yeah.
But it's still great. As hard as it is great. I did hear from Rachel about the menu from last night.
Oh, boy. What do we got?
Of what exactly I tried. You ready?
Yep. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, here we go.
Shrimp tempura, California roll,
easy.
Philadelphia roll.
Oh,
Philadelphia. I mean, she thinks you're a child. Keep going.
And a spicy tuna/shrimp tempura roll.
Oh, dude.
What was the last one?
The spicy. No, the
shrimps.
Tempura / spicy. You said tuna?
Spicy tuna shrimp tempura. That was all in one roll?
All in one roll. Got it. One of those kind of deals. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's it. No, well, Anthony, that's when they have me and Dip like to joke about those rolls. That's when they give them, it's the roller coaster roll. I literally go to a place that has a Billy Joel roll. Like, just give it a dumb name, throw a couple things together, and put it out there. Yeah, I mean, is it possible, Alan, though, that it was kind of the wrong order in that he doesn't like avocados?
I wouldn't jump into a Philly roll right away. I'll tell you that.
Philly too.
And the Philly with cream cheese.
You've got to really like sushi to like the Philly roll.
Yeah, the Philly roll is definitely more of a lunch kind of thing. That's not a dinner thing.
Can you tell Rachel Don on my behalf? Yes. I am concerned. Boy. I am concerned respectfully that she brought my guy to a dump. That I'm a little concerned.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like it's look at the pictures, Alan. It's giving food court sushi. It's giving food court. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, I took a peek earlier when we were talking about it. Not thrilled, but hey, again, our guy did the right thing by saying, "I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a try."
Yeah.
He didn't say no. He didn't say, "I'm never eating that stuff." He wasn't one of these fake tough guys that can't handle giving something a try. He gave it a try.
Can't eat a Whopper.
I respect it.
Enjoy sushi.
Thank you.
Did you hear that at the end of the show, Don?
Oh, yeah. Let me hear that again.
Enjoy sushi.
It doesn't even sound like English.
It's not.
Don, to close the show as we signed up.
That was Japanese. No, that was Japanese, Peter. I want you to know that.
Enjoy sushi.
Japanese. Yeah.
Enjoy sushi.
Arigato
gozaimasu. Yeah, enjoy sushi. That means God bless.
God bless.
All right.
God bless. We got a ton of calls to get to. 800-919-3776. Fraud Alert Friday coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, as well as, it's time. Let's start talking about this championship weekend. We'll give our picks later, but there's a lot of little stories going on in between in these two games this weekend. The baseball of it all, of course, because both rosters seem pretty set. I am curious to see if people look at the Mets and say this roster is better than when the season ended, or is there anything more that they're going to need to do? So we've got your calls on that and more. The Knicks and the Sixers tomorrow in Philly as well, speaking of Philly. And again, you want to send a statement, you want to send a message, things have changed, that starts tomorrow. So lots more to get to. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Palmieri to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat. Barzell for Horvat, score! Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Show your team's spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
All right, 4:03 in the big city on a football Friday, in New York City, as we are all kind of like batten down the hatches, preparing for it. By the way, tomorrow, this snow probably coming, overnight, Saturday, expected into Sunday, right? We're going to get Rich Hoffman on later. He's going to give us the very latest in the New York area. But, I mean, you talk about 9 degrees is the low tomorrow. The high, 18. So, prepare for that too, everybody.
And so are we? I know we're going to, find out from the source, but it sounds like very late Saturday to very late Sunday. Is that what we're looking at? A full day?
Yeah, it feels like a full day. This is how big a day it is. And I told you guys, Jim Cantore is going to be in New York. When he comes to town, then you know it's an event. It's a weather event when Jim Cantore's in town. I'm just saying.
Is it a positive, guys, of when this hit? Because, listen, most people have off on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to start late Saturday night into Sunday. Everybody's going to be home watching football on Sunday, right?
Yep.
And if they stay on top of this, they knew this thing was coming.
Yeah.
So if they just focus on the roads, there won't that many people on the roads. And you stay in.
Yeah.
They can work on those roads that by the time we get to Monday morning,
we should be good.
Even if it's still snowing a little bit, they got ahead of it and cleared the roads so that we can get back to normal on Monday. As opposed to it happening during the week where people are already on the road causing problems, that this might be, the timing of it might actually be ideal.
You could say that. And then the fact that we have just 2 wonderful football games to watch as well gives us all something to do. So it's not like anybody's going to need to be out or any of that stuff. So, yeah, it's just today starts the shopping panic, as Anthony was telling us, as he was at our favorite shopping location near the studio and noticed that the lines were out the door. That's going to happen because you're trying to prepare. But, yeah, having it on a weekend, especially having it on a Sunday, could be as close to the best-case scenario as you could have for most people. But we'll just see where we are on the other side of this thing when it comes to Monday and the commute Monday morning. That all depends on how prepared all the towns are and the city, of course.
Little. I got to say, I'd like to think that I don't like to. You guys know I don't like to delve into politics or reveal anything.
Hardly.
I have a friendly relationship with the new mayor, and I have to say today's my first day of disappointment of his young term. To find out that he said in New York City, no kids will miss school on Monday because it will be at-home learning if school is canceled.
Yeah, that's a bummer, right? Listen,
Well,
one of the things that COVID gave us was the fact that our traditional snow days were like, when we were kids, once you heard on the radio that your school was closed.
Oh, that was it.
Man, was that – what'd you do? You ran outside and you were in the snow all day, right? All you did was play in the snow all day. Now, these poor kids, they're like, all right, you'll have remote learning today. And you're given assignments and you have to get them done by the end of the school
then the
day
parents
and send
have
them
to
in.
work.
And
now the parents have
– they'll never know the greatness of a snow day. I don't know if these kids are ever going to know that anymore.
Wow. Can you imagine?
Imagine that.
But the way it's supposed to work, and correct me if I'm wrong, at least it worked in Jersey, like you're allotted a certain amount of snow days, like whether it's like maybe 3, 5, whatever. And if you don't have any snow days, well, then school could end earlier.
Yeah.
So if that helps you maybe get to the summer quicker by having these at-home learning and not taking one of the snow days, I guess that could be a good thing, right?
That's true. I mean, if you're going to have a year, but like, have there been that many snow days on weekdays?
No. I like
thing.
literally, it is
true.
snowed, but the last time, because the other thing I saw, I don't know if you noticed, like the crazy storms happened every 10 years on the sixes. 06, what was it? 90. It was like 96, 06, 16, and now 26, where we've had events where there have been more than 20 inches of snow. And in each decade, it's been a little bit more. I think the last one we had in 16 got over 27 inches. So we'll see what this ends up being at the end of the day. But it's kind of funny how it works out. But it's been like literally like 4 years since the last time we've had like really significant snow in the metropolitan area. So there have been kids that have gone a long time never having snow days or having to worry about that. I wanted to just take 1 second, if you don't mind me indulging me for just 1 second.
Go for it.
We lost somebody today that's pretty significant in my life, and if you live in Jersey, very significant. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the work of Uncle Floyd. Floyd Vivino, he was in Good Morning Vietnam. He was in Crazy People. He had done some acting, but he had a show in New Jersey on UHF when we were growing up, eventually ended up on Channel 4, the Uncle Floyd Show. And he was so Jersey, born in Paterson, New Jersey, stand-up comedian. He had a show that was like iconic in like the North Jersey, Central Jersey area. And he passed away today at the age of 74. So if you know, you know. And if you're from Jersey, you most likely know how significant he was in anybody's life that's like above the age of 50 or 45 years old. You probably grew up with him. You probably have stories about him. He'd make appearances everywhere. Wild West City, where I take the kids every summer, he did the commercial for it. He was quintessential New Jersey, an unbelievable guy. I got to meet him a few times, and we lost him a couple of days ago. It was announced today at the age of 74. So if you know, you know. Frank Vivino, Uncle Floyd, passed away at the age of 74. I just wanted to give it a couple of moments because he was, growing up for me, he was a big deal. And I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that probably feel the same way that I do.
Went to Glen Rock High School, born in Paterson, but he had some roots in your hometown, Hawthorne, right?
Yeah, he was like I said, there are people I've met that are from like South Jersey or Central Jersey that weren't as aware of him. And it really depends on the age, like, because he was like really big in the late 70s, early 80s, and then he got his chance on NBC in the mid 80s where he got a little bit more of a reach. And like I said, he was in Crazy People. He was in Good Morning Vietnam. So he definitely got some Hollywood love. But yeah, just Mr. Green Jeans, all the different. Bon Jovi actually made their television debut on his show.
Wow!
Stop.
That's a crazy one.
It was a big deal. Like that you wanted to be on his show. And so it just he hasn't performed in a bunch of years. He had suffered a stroke a few years ago, but I wasn't prepared to have to hear that he was that he had passed away. So I just wanted to give him some love.
All right, yeah, excellent stuff.
That's
there,
very nice, man. It's sad to hear. 74 is kind of young.
It definitely feels like it, doesn't it? So that's one of those things that if you grew up with it, it's personal to you. So I'm sure there's a lot of people right now nodding along with that, Donnie. So thanks for sharing that. 800-919-3776. Lots of calls to get to. I want to just get this in because I know we got a lot of football to do coming up. And as I mentioned, Knicks Sixers tomorrow afternoon. It's a national game. We don't have it on MSG, but of course we'll have it here on 880. It's at 3:30, I think, tip-off, right? So we'll have coverage at 3 o'clock. But 2 days off in between after that record-setting win over the Nets on Wednesday, and the Knicks want to get right. But there's been a lot of questions about, like, what's wrong with the team? Why are they playing this way? And a lot of it was centered on what's wrong with Karl Anthony Towns. And why isn't he having a year like he did last year? He was All-NBA and All-Star. For a while, we thought he's definitely going to be an All-Star. Now you're like, is he? You know, how a coach is going to feel about, awarding him also. His numbers say so. But when you watch, he's been so hot and cold. He's been off a little bit. He keeps taking these offensive fouls. It doesn't make sense. And you get this sense, again, I don't know this, but you get a sense watching. Like, our teammates starting to get frustrated with him because you don't know what you're going to get. It's very similar to Julius Randle when he was here. It's like some games he'd be great. In other games, you're like, what mood is he in today? Does he feel like playing today? And I want you to listen to something Josh Hart said after practice when asked about Towns. And this is a really revealing answer and a very honest one from a guy who's considered a leader on the team.
Yeah, I mean, just try to get him in positions to be successful, whether that's shots or post-ups or stuff like that. So obviously we need him to be aggressive. We need him to be smart, first and foremost, and put the ball in the basket, but also be a hub of getting guys shots. So I think we're doing that, and, he just have to make sure he works on, being smart with offensive fouls and doing those kind of things.
I mean, he goes on to talk about how, like, they really need him more on the defensive end. That he needs to focus on that end, and he started pointing out, that's their biggest concern about him. And I did have some of what was said here. Yeah, he said he's a good offensive player. He'll figure that out. We want to make sure we focus on defense. I don't want to hear too much about his touches. I want to hear about him blocking shots. You get to a point in the season, right, where when all the players say, like, what's got to change, something's got to change, where you almost got to start just being honest with each other. And the guys don't, you might not want to hear it, but you need to hear it. Do you think this is the start of that? Like what you just heard from Josh? Do you feel like it's that message-sending moment?
It feels like that is the delicate beginning of a direct, front-facing convo to the public.
Yeah.
About what the problems may be. And, I mean, isn't that what sort of everyone's thought? What's the likelihood everyone's been wrong? The media, the fans, like everything we've observed with Cad. What's the likelihood that that's not the biggest piece here? He is not he's not a role player on this team.
He's the highest paid player on the team. He's an all-NBA player from last year. He was all-NBA and all-star. It was two all-stars last year. There were two all-NBA players last year. He was one of them. And so
prior to Brunson getting to the Knicks, he would have easily been the best player on the team. If this was Mavericks Brunson, he's the best player on the team by far.
Yeah, you can't really overstate his importance to this team, right?
No.
Like that's so and Josh Hart, he loves to have fun. He's a funny guy. People focus so much on him and that side of him, right? But I can tell you that Josh Hart doesn't suffer fools. He's not somebody that, like, he might look like the class clown, but he's also dead serious when things aren't going right. And he's the guy that sort of has to be the one. Like I've always said, like, Jalen Brunson is the captain, the leader, the standard guy, right? And Josh Hart's sort of like the consigliere. He's the one that then makes sure, like, whatever the captain's saying or doing, everybody, you guys all heard that, right? Like, he's the one that makes sure everybody understands that this is the way it goes, and anything less than that won't be tolerated. And it took a while for someone to speak up, but this is definitely the speak up kind of time of year, right? Like, this is the time to start saying something. I'm not saying he's calling out Towns, but he's definitely kind of letting everybody know, we see what you see, and we need more from this guy.
Yeah.
And, and that, I just felt like I said, that feels like a pretty, I haven't heard them talk like that yet. And so to hear that my antenna's up on that one.
Well, it tells you how real the situation is, and one blowout win against the Nets isn't going to solve that. Turn around and lose tomorrow afternoon, you're right back to square one. And when he was struggling to make the adjustments with a new coach early in the season, I had suggested is a possible trade in his head. Well, that shouldn't be the case anymore, right? I mean, we're getting farther and farther away, I think, from a Giannis deal in season.
Yeah.
And even if we were, I mean, get used to it, man. You're part of this team. Because there is that juxtaposition of how important he is, but he also may be a guy that's playing his last games as a Knick. There's a very good chance that when the season is over, he's going to get dealt in a Giannis deal. But at some point, you're a Knick. You're not going anywhere this year. Let's make this work. And maybe if you make it work, you'll stay here. So I can't imagine it's still that on his mind. Do you?
I think once you heard and the reports were out there that they talked and you were going to be on the table, right? I think once you hear that, it's a really tough thing to get over when you're somebody of that level. Guys that star players don't want to be traded for another star player as if you're getting rid of me to get that guy, which means you don't want me, right?
I mean,
everybody knows
that's the negative way of looking at it.
But that's how any star. Like, think about it. That's how a star would feel. Like, wait, I came here. I'm all NBA. You traded for me. You wanted me, and after a year, you had me on the table for someone else. So I guess you don't really want me. Okay, well, I guess they don't want me, and you start feeling a certain way about that. That's hard to get over for these. I'm not making an excuse. I'm telling you what a mentality is for a lot of these guys.
And that's why I brought it up earlier in the season that maybe it's a thing. But at one point, as you fast forward like 2 months later, you realize, all right, well, you got to get over it. There's still a lot to be accomplished here. And we all agree that if this team does get to the promised land, maybe they don't pull the trigger on that deal and he stays. It's all how you look at it, right? Yeah. It's a negative. I can't believe I'm not going to be a part of their future. But you're also getting one of the best players in the league, and you're being involved in it because they've got to get something back. Like, you should be able to understand that. It's not disrespect. It's actually respect.
But Don, you might. But also think about it this way. It's not like you're sending me to a better situation. I'd end up going to a worse situation. I'm going to a place that they're clearly blown up. They might not even want me. I might end up with some other team because of what's going on there. You could end up in Milwaukee. You think he wants to go to Milwaukee? I honestly think, look, again, it's not making an excuse, but when you say something that happened in August that has been reported a couple of times now, so it feels like, that's not a made-up story. Something definitely was discussed in August about Giannis. And all the indications are that to make a deal like that happen, you'd have to put Towns on the table. And so he's now going, that plus no contract extension, which he didn't, he was eligible for before the season, didn't get it. Those are two things now that, for me, again, you'd have to say that's in the back of your mind. And then you get off to a tough start. You have a new coach who's telling you to do different things, and things aren't going well. And everybody in the building is now saying your name and complaining to you about your play. He's got so much from the neck up happening to him right now that's why when you watch the team play and you say, what's happening? It's like they got to get – I've said this on the air on MSG. I said it during a game when he was struggling. I said they got to get his head right. Like it feels like when everybody says, what's wrong with the Knicks, I keep saying, they got to get Towns' head right. They got to get it right, and they're having a hard time.
You've been saying this all season long, and it's
listen,
it's not an easy circumstance. It's not an easy circumstance for anyone. You're in a business situation that you're not altogether happy with. We've seen that he was unhappy with the Brown situation, Tibbs being gone, etc. One thing your negativity can then beget bad play, which begets more negativity from the organization, which leads to more rumors of you being gone, which now fuels the idea of why you're angry at the team. And ultimately, you have to make a decision about what you want to do. And I literally am in a half-decent position to speak about this. I literally was just at a job where I was halfway out the door. When anyone would ask me about it, you guys know, I would complain and talk about it being a disaster. And I love my guys, but I don't like what upper management's doing. I don't really want to be here. This isn't good. And eventually, rubber is going to meet the road. And either you're going to decide, you know what, screw that. I want to make it work. I'm going to stay here. This is what I need to do. Or you're going to roll the dice, see where this thing goes. And it may end up with you on playing in Sacramento. But, like, he's going to have to your point, Alan, it's either about getting his head right or him making a firm decision in his mind. Are you buying in completely and you want to try to make it work here?
Right.
Or you're really going to be okay with ending up somewhere else?
But, like, when I brought it up early in the season, I understood. It was fresh. It could happen. It felt like maybe it could happen at any moment. But once you saw Giannis go down, and once you saw that it most likely wasn't going to happen this season, at some point you got to get over it, right? At some point you just got to say, this is the team I'm on, and it's not like it's a team that's not going anywhere. It's a team that can very well go somewhere.
Right.
So shouldn't the motivation be, okay, whatever happens, I've got to play at my best.
Yes.
I've got to make this situation work. So I get everything you're saying, Peter, in the immediate, but once you see it's not inevitably happening, it's not something that can happen any moment, that it's most likely not going to happen until the end of the season, then you got to put that aside, go out and play ball, man, because you're going to be affected in a negative way if you end up ruining this season for them.
Yeah, and also, at some point, you make it personal. And, okay, you want to be about your team, but you feel a way like, I don't know if they want me here. But you know what I got to do while I'm here? Win, so that I'm still known as a winner. And if they do move me, people are like, whoa, he was helping you win. Right? That's all you can do. Now, it's easy for us to say. But somebody like him, who his whole life he's been told how great he is, and he's never had to deal with the idea of people don't want you. He was a number one pick. Then he was traded for. They wanted him. They took him from Minnesota because we need you. Brought him in. This would be the first time that someone says, I'm using you to get somebody we think is better. He's never lived with that in his whole life. Ever, right? So that's something for him that's hard to process. But as I said, they aren't going anywhere if they can't get him right. And they got to get him right because I don't see any type of trades happening involving him before February 6th. And so this season he could decide how this season goes. As much pressure we put on Jalen Brunson, as much as we look at some of the other players, Anunoby and Bridges, all these other guys, and Mike Brown, this whole season could be about whether or not Karl-Anthony Towns decides whether you want me or not, I'm going to play my ass off because I need to show I'm a winner, and I'm going to play winning basketball. But that's like I said, that's easy for us to say. All right, you know what's not? What is easy for us to say? Something
fraud.
I don't know what I'm doing there. Yeah, we have Fraud Friday though, but that was very clunky. But Don, I'm expecting you to do a much better transition right now.
Oh, a much better transition than what I was, what you just did?
Yeah, because it was very sloppy. It was messy, and I have no reason at all. No reason.
Let me see if you can do better than this, Don. Alan just did was fumble the ball out of the end zone as he was running in for an easy score. So can you do better than that is the question.
Right. So what you're saying is that there were a bunch of reasons why he fumbled that.
Many reasons.
And there's also a lot of reasons why people buy a Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $189 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM844681. MSRP $29,075. Zero security deposit. Ends 2/2/26. Fraud Alert Fridays next here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Ready for action, basketball fans? BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is giving players another reason to hit the court this season. BetMGM is adding extra excitement to every basket, every slam dunk, and every buzzer-beating shot with special promotions, new features, and more. Log in throughout the season to find odds boost tokens, no sweat tokens, and same-game parlay boost tokens in your account to amplify your winnings. Enjoy enhanced product features like dark mode, too. Log into BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, all throughout the basketball season to see what's new.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Not so great on the Northern State westbound in Nassau County. A crash over by Lakeville Road, second one today. You're jammed there heading over to the Grand Central in Queens. Packed there from Shelter Rock Road. Not moving much on the east side of town. FDR northbound over by the Manhattan Bridge. Emergency roadwork has you down to one lane, crawling there from the Battery Tunnel. That's making it a bumper-to-bumper ride over at the Brooklyn Bridge, getting onto the Manhattan side. Best of it's the outbound George, still the southbound Egan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound just slammed from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Orania 15 to 20. Outbound Holland close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh, Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
Oh, are you kidding me, folks? It's Fraud Friday, baby. Brought to you by D'Agostino Law. Play the jingle.
Yeah, sing it.
D'Agostino. You know what I'm talking about?
We know.
Yes.
Ah, Don, you ready? You ready to give us a Canadian breakdown?
I am. I've been ready all week. Let's do it, baby.
Is the gavel ready?
It's got to be back at the studio. I did not travel with the gavel.
Oh, wow. The gavel doesn't travel.
Wasn't sure it would be able to clear customs.
Here we go, guys. This comes from Shlomo, not my father-in-law.
Shlomo.
Yeah. Greetings, Your Honor. This is Shlomo from Hillside. I have been a Giants fan since I was 7 years old and immediately fell in love with Eli Manning, whom to this day is my favorite player of all time. However, watching his older brother Peyton as a kid, I fell in love watching him as well. And to this day, he's my second favorite player, to the point that when the Giants were out and Denver was in the playoffs, I would root for Peyton, parentheses, no jersey wearing. Am I a fraud for rooting for Peyton to win as well as other quarterbacks I liked watching as a kid? Brady, Breeze, the Mannings, Rodgers, etc., and for having my second favorite player be a non-Giants player?
All right, hit it. We got it. I say no fraud.
D'Agostino.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a second favorite player, especially if that second favorite player is the brother of your favorite player. At no time, whether it was in Indianapolis or Denver, was Peyton a rival of the New York Giants. It's not like he was an Eagle, a Cowboy, or anything like that, or a Commander. Different conference both times with the Colts and the Broncos. And the Giants have been miserable for the last few years. So, yeah, why wouldn't you maybe attach yourself during some of those losing seasons to have some other rooting interest? I say no fraud.
I like it.
So you're like a fan of the family.
Yeah, but
or just a fan of wanting to follow football after the Giants are eliminated.
Yeah. Right. As long as it doesn't collide with your team, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's telling me, I was my second favorite player was Donovan McNabb or Tony Romo, well, then we'd have an issue. And he also said he didn't buy any jerseys, which I would have no problem with if he did. But the fact that he didn't buy any jerseys, I mean, just confirms to me no fraud.
Right.
Not even a combo.
Right.
No fraud.
Gentlemen, I've been meaning to call in for some time, but I finally decided to email. Backstory: I was born and raised in Brazil, moved to the U.S. in '99 when I was 11 years old. Lived in Massachusetts until I graduated. I fell in love with basketball in 2003. With baseball in 2003, when I watched the Red Sox and A's playoff game on TV where Johnny Damon and Damian Jackson collided in the outfield. The next night, I watched the Yankees play and something drew me to them. Maybe it was the Pinstripes? All these years later, I may have chosen the wrong team since the Red Sox have won a lot more championships since then, but I will not switch allegiance because I'm no fraud. Here's my conundrum, though. A couple years later, I fell in love with football, and you guessed it, I became a New England Patriots fan. Will Don the Judge make an exception because I wasn't born and raised here and both sports were all new to me, or am I a fraud like anybody else that would root for these two teams? I'll accept the public scourging if I need to. John in Washington State.
Well, listen, you fall in love when you fall in love, right? He was not born in this country, came over when he was 11 years old, so we obviously waived the whole by 8 years old you got to declare. He fell in love with the Yankees because of the pinstripes, whatever, and then stuck with them. And then he was late to football, found the New England Patriots, and he stuck with them. So considering he wasn't born here, didn't follow things until he was already double digits old, I say no fraud.
D'Agostino.
What a day we're having today.
Yeah, it's a hell of a day. Listen, I love getting to hear the D'Agostino. I still don't understand exactly how it fits into the no fraud.
You don't have to.
But you don't have to.
No, we can explain. He is, right? Like he is a lawyer, and when there's no fraud, the lawyer won its case.
Yeah.
Right.
So
unless
he sings.
There's no fraudulence.
Unless the lawyer was the
D'Agostino has
prosecutor.
no fraudulence.
No,
unless of course, he was the prosecutor, in which case the guilty verdict would be what he wanted.
Well, now you're
a defense lawyer. That's what you want.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Well, I'm saying in this case, in our situation, he's
I'm sure he
a
can do
defense
everything. Let's be honest. He's biting back.
Well, he's D'Agostino. He's biting back.
D'Agostino.
Yeah.
Well,
He
and
can
also
sing,
he's a singer. Let's be honest.
He can litigate. There's a lot of things he can do.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. That was a good one. Let's see. Could it be 3 for 3 on a Fraud Friday?
I don't think that's
All
ever
right,
happened.
Hahn, Rosenberg, your Honorable Don. I am afraid I have been living life as a fraud.
Oh.
Back in my junior year of college, I found myself in a bit of a pickle with my housing situation. Long story short, I ended up in an apartment by myself. As you can imagine, I did not have financial means to afford this, so my brother agreed to cover the rent. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. Naturally, I envisioned having my new place decked out with Yankee decor. However, my brother is a Dodger fan. Since he's footing the rent, he said, I need to get Dodger stuff too. So there I was, living in a Yankee/Dodger fan cave. This was in 2013, so I didn't really have a strong opinion about the Dodgers. Now that I hate the Dodgers, it gets me mad thinking about it and how I let it happen. Am I a fraud?
What's interesting, so his brother forced him to put Dodger stuff up, and he wasn't even living there?
No, he. I think his brother was footing the rent with him.
Okay, but he was
So-
living in the house.
Yes, so his brother moves in and goes, hey, you can't just have Yankee stuff. I need Dodger stuff.
Well, what was he supposed to do, man? What was he supposed to do? He said he couldn't afford it by himself. He's not going to live on the street. His brother's living in the house. His brother's paying the rent. He's got the right to make it all Dodgers if he wants, but he did allow you to put up the Yankees. You weren't, like, worshiping the posters that were up. It was just sometimes that's the way you got to go to survive. Absolutely no fraud. What's the alternative?
Are we 3
Live
for
on the
3?
street? We're 3 for 3, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud. I mean, I don't even
What a
think there's
day.
any debate.
Clean
Is there
day so
debate,
far.
Peter?
No, I think these are all very clean. Let me see if I have
These are
one
good.
more.
The jail remains empty.
Here's one from Ethan. He asks if Mel Kiper is a fraud.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
All right.
On the morning show earlier this week, Kiper revealed that he's both a Ravens and Rams fan. He's from Baltimore, so the Ravens make sense, but the Rams are iffy. As a kid, he was a fan of the logo and the colors, and he's still a fan today. Fraud or not?
Yeah, but how does his fandom get executed? I mean, is he going to games? I would think in the business that he's in, he's pretty neutral. And also, how big a Ravens fan could he be? How old was he in '96 when the Ravens came into being? He had to be well into adulthood by then. So he never really seemed to pick up the Rams at all. I don't buy it. I don't buy he's a fan of either. But by the letter of the law, he'd be a fraud to root for both the Ravens and the Rams. And just
He was 36
liking
when the Ravens came to be in 1996.
So I don't feel like are you really a big fan of the Ravens because you're from Baltimore and you were 36 years old? He might not have even been living in Baltimore by then either. He was probably maybe living someplace else. He was already Mel Kiper, the draftnik. I don't feel he's a fan anyway. I think he's kind of just fraudulent to even declaring himself
I want
a
to add
fan.
this. I want to add this. He is, according to the internet, Mel Kiper's base is still Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bart said like that. I believe because Bart was an undrafted free agent out of college. Mel was very high on Bart as a talent. Mel was very
probably
aware
connected
of
to
the
the, probably has connections
of the
to the
Raven
Ravens
thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't know how you want to view
You're
this.
the judge. You're the judge.
Fraud.
Oh, wow.
Fraud.
Wow. Okay. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
But I don't believe he's a diehard of anything. I think he likes the Raven. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how he goes about being a fan.
Mel's married to the game.
But
right.
I just think the business has taken his fandom away. But if he's declaring two teams, he's a fraud.
We have some fraud calls.
You do?
Peter, do you want to get some of these in?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
Go for it. I don't have them pulled up, so go ahead.
Yeah, I got it. We're here. Matt on Long Island has a fraud alert Friday for you, Donnie. Matt?
Okay.
Hey guys, how you doing? My buddy Nick is actually listening to this call right now, so it's all about him. You guys can hear me? Just making sure.
We got you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, perfect. So my buddy Nick, we're all from Long Island, and he grew up a casual football fan, casual football household. He wasn't really a huge football guy growing up. His dad, to my knowledge, was a Jet fan, but he is a Yankee, Knick, Ranger guy through and through. Fast forward to when he's about 21 years old. He goes to Philadelphia for a Luke Combs concert at the Link. And since he's about 20, 21 years old, he's now 23, he is a full-fledged, diehard Eagles fan. I need to know, fraud or no fraud?
But you said he was a casual football fan, but did he declare a team? Was he a Jet fan or just kind of followed football but wasn't a fan of a team?
So he didn't really. He was a casual football fan in the sense that he's always a big sports guy. Never declared a team. His dad, to my knowledge, was a casual Jets fan, but he is a New York guy for every other team, and he fell in love because he went to a Luke Combs concert in Philadelphia.
Listen, it's odd. It is odd to be that's personal. The reason you become an Eagles fan.
It sounds very personal.
But by the letter of the law, he is not a fraud. He did not declare a team. Very odd to be that big a sports fan and football be fourth. Peter, that's kind of odd, right? That you're a diehard sports fan and football is the one you're casual about. Listen, your
old is he?
An oddball.
How old is he?
I'm 23. He's 22, maybe just turned 23. I forgot his birthday. Right. But Alan, yes, very personal. We've been going back and forth.
I could tell. You want him to be declared a fraud.
Here's what I would tell you. I know you want it. I know you want him to be a fraud. He's odd, and honestly, probably somebody I would not want to get close to. But he's not a fraud.
D'Agostino.
No. Wow. I was not expecting
fraud.
That. I was not
you
expecting.
You didn't expect
it,
did you?
No.
He didn't declare a team. It's odd.
But
that's how he fell in love with the Eagles. Listen, that was probably a zipper key moment, too. I am sure it wasn't the concert. It was who he was with. I'm sure that's a zipper key moment that was left out. But if he didn't declare a team, guys,
alcoholic, no fraud.
It's not. It's odd that he came to football so late.
Okay.
It's odd that he's a passionate sports fan and football is the one he's the least passionate about. But not declaring a team, I'm sorry. I got to rule the way it rule.
He needs to call in and tell his side of the story, how it all went down. In the meantime, Marcelo in Brooklyn, one more Fraud Friday call. Go ahead, Marcelo.
Well, he stole my thunder, Ethan. I was going to say the same thing. I was going to bring up Mel Kiper. He's a fraud.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Thank you, Marcelo.
Fraud.
Yeah, that was quick.
Wow.
Fraud. Yeah.
No love for Kiper this week. That's sad. That was Fraud Alert Friday.
Very
brought
good.
to you by
that was.
D'Agostino. 35 years of getting accident victims and Social Security disability clients every dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey. 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
All right, 5 o'clock hour, we have the breakdown of course, the championship weekend games, AFC, NFC. What we'll see, we'll make our picks later in the hour, but we'll get into it. And what's being said, a lot of back and forth between the Patriots and the Broncos that you want to hear, and also something that Sam Darnold said about where he's at going into this game. The biggest game of his life, of the early part of his career for sure. Your call's coming up next at 800-919-3776. A lot of them to get to as well, so stay with us. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Rick Pitino goes for his 900th career win against his son Richard when St. John's travels to Cincinnati to take on Xavier. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1:10 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-790-9617 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-790-9617. That's 800-790-9617. What do you have to lose? Call 800-790-9617. Again, 800-790-9617.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
So ABC saying already more than 2,000 flights into, or out of the U.S. scheduled for Saturday have been canceled already as they're preparing for this big weekend storm. The two airports in Dallas apparently have had to cancel most of it. So Saturday, my God. So you guys are all both kind of in travel mode over the next couple of days, hopefully on the other side of this whole thing, but you know, this storm definitely feels like it's going to be a significant one, and the impact it's going to have on us just goes beyond having to shovel our driveways.
Well, yeah, because you shouldn't be on the road. I know people have to get places, doctors, nurses. There's vital work that people have to be on the road, but do yourself a favor. Stay home, hunker down, let all the emergency workers try to clear all the snow, because they can't do that if there are people on the road. And they also, guys, what people forget is, so you decide you want to go someplace, and you get stranded. Well, then you call the police, they come get you. They're coming to get you because you were stupid and decided to get in the road, and now they can't maybe be someplace where they absolutely have to be, a real emergency, because you decided, I wanted to go, ignore all the warnings and go drive to a buddy's house or whatever, and then get stuck in a snowbank, and now those people can't be doing something that could really be vitally important. So, listen, we've got the technology to work from home, to play from home, and all that. We've got tons of sports this weekend, including 2 really good championship games. Knicks, Rangers, Devils, Islanders, they all have games. So just relax. And then eventually we'll dig ourselves in.
It's one of, can I tell you something? I just got through talking about, how living in the city in some ways is just kind of like hard living when you have a lot to do. I will say one thing. If you don't have anywhere to go and you're just in the city, it's a big win for snow days. Because you don't have to think about going anywhere to get, even if you need to get stuff. Mm-hmm. You can just put on your boots and go walk and get stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about driving anywhere. Yeah. Generally speaking, when it gets nuts, the road's just completely empty. And you kind of have like free reign as people who live in Manhattan to kind of just wander around. So I will say there'll be upside on Sunday. Like, we'll probably take Maya out in the snow for the first time in like a real way, I'm guessing, to let her, at least feel it. She won't be able to do very much, but just kind of like see what it feels like.
Get a sled, throw her on it, send her right down. Go to Central Park.
I guess at 1, can we throw her on a little sled?
Why not?
No.
Sit on it, put her on your lap.
How do you think that's going to end?
We could sit
so
together.
So it just stops whatever gets in its way.
Well, no, that's why we got to be together.
You're going to strap her to a sled and there she goes. Oh, there's a rock. Let's hope that she avoids it.
Well, no, you get on it with her.
And I put her on my lap.
That's a different story. But even that could be dangerous.
You think I may just throw her right on the saucer and just send her down?
Just right, send her down.
By the way, I'm not kidding. I swear to you, my guess would be based on her early personality, she would go for it. She doesn't care. She's
right
down.
Yeah, that was Callie.
It's a time.
Callie would fall off and just end up somewhere in a snowbank. The sled just keeps going, and she's just laughing. Let's get a couple more calls in here. We'll get into a lot of the football in the 5 o'clock hour. 800-919-3776. A lot more of the fraud stuff, but this is football related from Frank in Newark. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. How y'all doing? I got a question for you guys. I think I committed one of the most 7 deadly sins of football. And a couple of weeks ago, during the end of the regular season, it was the Giants and the Cowboys, and I was more or less cheering for the Cowboys so the Giants could get better draft positioning for the NFL draft. And I want to know what's your guys' takes on that. Don, I know you're going to say that the draft is not secure, so I'm probably going to be a fraud, but I wanted to run it through the experts first.
Well, it's a great question, but the reason I'll say no fraud is it's coming from being a fan. Like I don't believe in rooting against your team. I can't do it. But you're coming from a place where you want your team to benefit and get better, right? So you're not rooting for the Cowboys because you like the Cowboys. You want the Cowboys to win because it helps their situation. You're coming from a place of helping your team, thus helping your fandom. I don't agree with that, but that's more of a style of fanning, if that's a word, than fraudulence, in my opinion.
D'Agostino.
All right, fair enough. Chris in Long Island. Now, is this the Chris that was under accusation?
Oh, no, this is a totally new
okay.
case.
I thought maybe Chris was calling to defend himself. Go for it.
No, never that. I have a pretty unique case coming up here, okay? No fraudulence has been committed yet, but it's potential fraudulence. Okay, let me start. I've been a devout Ranger, Nick, Jet, and Met fan my whole life. I'm very fortunate to have married the love of my life, she is, a pretty decently active Bills fan and, kind of a Yankee fan. Okay. The Jets are 4 out of 4 in my rankings of the children that I love, and the most to the least. The Jets, needless to say, have been giving me nothing but heartache and distraught. Now, Judge LaGreca, I think I already know how you're going to rule on this, but my wife has begged me to call you to see, can we make a trade of me becoming a Bills fan and her becoming a Mets fan? Now, I know that what the answer will probably be. However, boys, Alan, Pete,
Chris, do you
Pete,
see
help me
Don's
out
face?
here.
You need to see Don's face, right? Oh boy! Oh, here it comes. We needed one today. Go ahead.
It's like you're bargaining with God or something. Like you let her be a Met. You're both frauds. You married a fraud. You're a fraud.
Whoa.
It's a fraud family. If you have kids, they'll be frauds.
He didn't commit it yet. It didn't happen yet, Don. He's asking before he. He's saying,
and I don't know.
Don,
let me defend myself. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could physically get myself to that point of even rooting for another team. But I wanted to explore the Supreme Court of fraudulence before I even begin to go down the First Avenue.
Yeah, he's not approaching the bench. He's seeking legal advice.
I understand.
That's
the advice
what
is
I'm doing. I was just wondering too. Could there be another type of fraud? We got vomit fraud, right? Puke fraud, whatever it was. Could there be
vomit
such a
fraud?
thing
as such a thing as what?
Fraud? Could there be such a thing as inherited fraud? As in, your parents or someone in your life has been a fraud fan, and then you became a fan. I'm just curious. It's not how it is in my life, but I was just wondering.
Fraud would be if you made this deal, you and your wife would become frauds. Your wife's a fraud for even suggesting it, okay? So she's done. She's a fraud. Your kids will then inherit
That's a bad beat for her.
Well, because she suggested it. So if you had said yes, you would do it, right? If you said yes, she would become a Met fan and you would become a Bills fan.
Yeah,
so
she's ready to ditch the Yankees just for me to go to the Bills. 100%.
She's a fraud. She's done.
I don't know if I can.
She's cooked. Fraud. I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know if I could be able to continue to stay married to him.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
You are not a fraud. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you, she's a fraud. You're okay with being married to a fraud?
Petey, help me out here. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, he's listen, Don's first of all, Don's lying now. Now you know what? Hit the fraud. I want to hear the siren fraud for Don.
Yeah, that's right. Don's a fraud.
Yeah, because Don will do literally if Nancy said Don's not allowed to watch any of his teams anymore, he'd go, all right, honey, what else can I get from the grocery store? That's it. So don't even listen to him.
Nothing else.
No, but I'm just saying that
Petey, I knew you were my guy.
Your wife here. Let's get down to it. Your wife is a fraud.
Chris.
You are not a fraud, but your children may inherit the fraud gene from your wife. That's inherited fraud.
This is like Back to the Future when Marty's like, gotta get to the future. What is there something wrong? No, it's your kids. Yeah. That's what you're concerned about. It's the children.
Your kids are frauds.
Your kids may be frauds. You and Jennifer are frauds in the future. I got to tell you something.
Friday started slow, but it definitely picked up at the end. And I think it ended just right, don't you think?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what else. The playoffs may just end just right for you if you could hit the bet you want on FanDuel.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because they're turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. That's Sunday to you and me. Each game day during the championship round, which, again, that's Sunday. You'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. I can't tell you I'm feeling because you got to wait till 5:45. But I did tell you yesterday I'm kind of leaning Denver to cover the points. Then you can apply your profit boost if you want to be stupid and listen to me, that is, and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep on rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 and over, physically present New York option required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
All right, well, we will.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. No relief on the northern state westbound in Nassau County. Still have a crash in the left lane right before Lakeville Road. Been out there for a while. You're not moving much from Willis Avenue. Just packed on the LA eastbound, getting through Queens, bumper to bumper between the BQE and the Cross Island. You stay bunched up on the eastbound side, heading over to Jericho Turnpike. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, some solid slowdowns from the 60s. Southbound West Side Highway, watch out for a crash in the 120s. It's starting to back you up to the inbound George. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln will run you 30 to 40. Outbound Holland close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
.503 in the big city on a Friday in New York City. 800-919-3776, of course, to be part of the conversation. Only one line open, so get on it with Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg. Hi, everybody. Alan Hahn. Let me give you a game time, boys. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tully time.
Wow, that's a drop. The Rangers face the Sharks. All the hockey teams are out west. Everybody went out west. So the Rangers are in San Jose taking on the Sharks. Coverage follows Ty Butler tonight on 880 at 9:30. Nets hosting the Celtics at 7:30. They will try to not lose by 50 or more points. The Devils, they take on that Canucks in Vancouver. That's where Don LaGreca is. You will hear him starting at 10 on MSG Network tonight. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So we have championship weekend, and guys, I have something to report to you right now.
Oh, news.
New England, Denver, AFC Championship game, 3 o'clock CBS. That line keeps moving.
Which way?
Well, so it originally, I guess it opened at 4.5. I think at one point it got to 5.5, went back to 4.5. It's now at 3.5. Do you find it interesting that it's shrinking as we get closer to the game?
No.
No, it's not interesting?
I expected it. I really did expect it. Because I think the betting public is looking at this as Sean Payton's a hell of a coach. The game is in Denver. And what got lost in the win against Houston, Drake May didn't play well. He turned the ball over 3 times, fumbled as well. Yep. And it was lost because it was such a miserable performance by C.J. Stroud that's all anybody talked about. If he plays, I'll tell you what, if he plays the way he played last Sunday, on this Sunday, they're losing. So that's why I think it's a good bet. Now, even with 3.5, you still get the hook. So I totally see if the Patriots win this game, I could see it being a great game. They win by a field goal. It's a drastic move, but I think it makes sense. I think it shows respect for where the game is being played and who's coaching the Broncos.
Yeah, the look ahead before we knew about Bo Nix and everything else was actually favoring the Broncos at 1.5. But the Bo Nix news comes out, and now you're like, wait a minute, Jarrett Stidham, he hasn't thrown a pass all year. So that right away makes you just everybody heavily favors the Patriots. Got up to 5.5, which that definitely felt like way too much. But now down to 3.5 makes it – now still, Denver's the home team, so they're still a home dog in a championship game. That's a rarity. But you're right, and you point out May. In the postseason, like during the regular season, he led the league at a completion percentage of 72% with just 8 fumbles over an entire season, and only 3 of them lost.
Right.
In the playoffs, his completion percentage is down to 59%. As you mentioned, Don, he has 6 fumbles in the playoffs, 3 of them lost.
He's putting the ball on the ground.
So all of a sudden, yeah.
Well, listen, I was pretty clear about this yesterday. Allen, if Allen, we'll see what Allen does here. I mean, as we know, I'm technically out of reach. There's discussion about if I were to somehow gain all the points on Allen this week, would we maybe do something fun for the Super Bowl? I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
But I like Denver for all the reasons Don just laid out. To me, probably the best coach in the whole thing. And that's tough to say, though, because McVay is McVay. But Sean Payton is he was coveted and paid a grip to go to Denver for a reason. This is the reason. To be in a spot like this where respectfully to Mike Vrabel and Drake May and everything the Pats have accomplished this year, they are up against a incredibly well-coached team with a great defense in a home game that's a hard place to play, not just because of noise, but because of altitude. It's over 3. That's why I'm going to go with Denver to play this thing close in the end, because I just really think it ends up being an ugly, close game. Now, I will say, 3.5 is different than 4.5. Like that is a significant jump. I would not be shocked. It would not shock me if it ends up falling between the 3.5 and the 4.5. Like that is a really significant number to see move. But every part of me thinks this should be an incredibly close game, and I certainly hope it is because I hate both of these teams with a passion.
Now, you look at Bo Nix in the win against Buffalo, and that game went to overtime. 26 of 46, 279, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now, I doubt very seriously Stidham's going to go out and throw the ball 46 times. So you're still talking about Bo Nix, who had 20 incompletions, threw a pick. Now, if they are conservative with it, try to run the football, and just ask him not to lose the game. He's played the NFL before, so it's not like he's completely. I mean, he's only made 3-4 starts, but he's been in the league. I've always said I think the gap between Bo Nix and Stidham is not as gargantuan as would be for other backup quarterbacks. He's only his only second year in the league, so it's a gap. Just judging by how much it moved for Vegas, it usually doesn't move 4 or 5 points the way it does.
No, that's a swing.
But
yeah.
I do think I think they can devise a game plan in their own building that they could still find a way to win this game or at least stay within 3 points.
And think about it again, too. You're talking about the coaching aspect of this and having 2 defenses that were top 4 in the league in scoring defense, keeping teams under 18 points a game. Both teams were holding teams to under 19 points a game throughout the regular season. So the expectation is you're going to play conservative. You're going to rely a lot on your like you're going to tell your like Jarrett Stidham is not. You're not asking him to win the game for you, right? You're not asking him. You're asking him not to lose the game for you. Don't turn the ball over. Keep it simple. And Sean Payton will devise a plan. Now you also have to wonder if the unknown of Stidham is what makes it more difficult. Like, does that make sense? It probably doesn't. But to say, like, it's actually a little more of a challenge for the Patriots because they don't know it. What do you expect?
That is true.
What do you
like? All of
what
us
do you
could
game
say,
plan for?
No, we can all sit here and say like, Jarrett Stidham, bum. The truth is, no one's seen him. I mean,
well, it's not even that. It's like you don't know what they're going to do now. At least with Bo Nix, you have a whole season of this is what they do. What
that's
film
what I'm saying.
Are you watching?
What tape do you have really on Stidham to know what they're going to do?
Right.
And what was it, 4 games we said, guys, that he's played?
He's played in his entire career, yeah, but not one this year.
Yeah, and also, when you take a look at when they found out there was no Bo Nix, we found out immediately after the game.
Literally right afterwards, yes.
So they didn't find out on Wednesday or Thursday scrambling. They've had all week for Sean Payton, one of the best coaches in the NFL, to game plan, knowing who his quarterback is going to be, work on it all week long. Now, listen, there's a disadvantage. They'd rather have Bo Nix. No question. But I think considering the circumstances, it was the best case scenario. They had as much time as humanly possible to prepare. It's a good coach. I think that he could find a way to get it done. Now, there'll be moments where a play can't be made because he's a backup quarterback and he doesn't have a ton of experience. But the idea is to not put him in those situations and hope the defense gets some turnovers, which May has been providing in the postseason. Remember, they gave up 30 points to Buffalo. I'm sorry, Drake May's got a really bright future in this league. He's not Josh Allen. At least not yet. So I think this could be a fun game.
Yeah, and Denver's defense, they do 71 sacks so far on the entire season, second highest quarterback pressure as well. So for May, this is, he's going up against what's going to be a tough defense and a tough place to play, and the biggest game that he's ever played in his professional career, maybe in his entire football career.
And, you know what I wanted to quickly ask you, Al, because you played. But we could all put ourselves in situations that Stidham is in right now. Like, what's expected of him? Like, there's going to be pressure, right, because you're playing in a championship game. But really, sometimes that puts you in a less pressure-filled spot when no one's expecting you to do anything. You saw the line move. Does that give you an air of, hey, nobody's expecting me to win this game?
No.
So I don't feel a lot of pressure in because what do you really honestly expect him to go out there and do?
Well, what he has to do is trust the game plan, and you have a great coach that you can do that with, right? So you have that. But no, as an athlete, you always are going to feel that pressure because, I don't want to lose the game for my team. I want to give us a chance, right? He knows Bo Nix is not playing in the Super Bowl. So if we win this game, I'm also going to play in the Super Bowl. So you're feeling that. So you have to just be on script and don't do anything crazy. I don't want to turn the ball over. I don't want anything stupid. But you're also dealing with a Mike Vrabel who's a great coach and a really good New England defense that that might make you make mistakes because you're just not ready for it. This is a tough spot for this guy. But Sean Payton, who spoke with the media, had very interesting things to say. He expressed, which he should, full confidence in Jarrett Stidham. Here's what he said.
He's going to rip it. That'll be our approach. I mean, hey, he's got this calm demeanor that I think suits him well. He's played in big games. I said this at the start of the season. I felt like our 2 was inside the best 32. And I think everyone feels that way.
Think about that. Our 2, meaning quarterbacks, we're inside the best 32. Which is saying that our backup is better than someone else's starter. Which I guess
that's a take.
Among the worst teams in the NFL. It's not exactly the worst take. But he had us a week to get him ready. He feels pretty confident in him. And I love this. So we're going to go with the back and forth now between these two teams, which has been great. I played you the John Franklin Myers stuff earlier because he said that, let's play it again for those who might have missed it. John Franklin Myers, the former Jet defensive player, was talking about Stidham, and he compared him while he's running the scout offense to this is weird because he wouldn't have run the scout offense. But let's just listen to John Franklin Myers compare Stidham to the quarterback he's going up against in this game.
The thing about Stiddy, he knows what he's doing. He understands why the coach is calling a certain calls, and that's what makes him so good. You know, sometimes you get out there, you play football, you run what's called. You're not understanding where you want the ball to go, how fast, when, and everything. And Stiddy, man, he's running scout team plays, and he's running them better than they starting quarterback. So I'll tell you, man, he's a good player for us, and, man, we're excited for real.
As I listen to that again, as some people considered that was him comparing him to May, what he's saying is all year he was running scout offenses better than the opposing quarterbacks could run it. That's kind of what he's saying there. So they've got a lot of confidence in him, clearly.
Now, I don't know. Obviously, Vrabel hasn't been there very long, but I'm sure some of the coaching staff has been around in New England long enough to remember Stidham's days in New England, which has to be some. I mean, listen, he wasn't doing a lot. But he did get in with the Patriots. In 19, he played in 3 games, and in 2020, he played in 5 games. Listen, it was a total of 48 attempts as a Patriot. But either way, guys, you know the way they treat this whole thing. That's information. There are guys there who have information on Stiddy.
Somebody, Vrabel wasn't there, but obviously
But plenty of people are around who know.
Yeah.
And not to mention it's the Patriots. You know that. It's right, Stiddy.
Stiddy.
They're recording things, taking air out of balls. You know what they do.
P. Stiddy. Here's Sean Payton, though, as now, of course, Broncos fans hearing the news that your starting quarterback.
Sean P. Stiddy Combs?
You're right on. You're right on the verge of being in the Super Bowl, having a great year, and then this happened. So the head coach of the Denver Broncos was asked if he had a message for Broncos fans.
Well, they're going to have plenty of rest after this one. 2 weeks. This is a team at the line of scrimmage that does a lot. Josh is fantastic at putting together good plans offensively. I mean, let's go. Just as the huddle begins until the ball snaps.
Okay, so they're going to rest easy, have plenty of time to get ready for the Super Bowl. So Mike Vrabel was asked what he thought of what the opposing coach said.
I think we're plenty motivated for the game. I think that our players are continuing to build confidence through the week. So I'm really excited to go out there and play.
Not a lot of trash talk there. And how about Kayshon Boutte, one of my favorite football names?
Not that you guys need any extra motivation, but did you see the Sean Payton quote insinuating that Denver fans will have some extra rest for the Super Bowl?
No, I ain't never seen it.
He said they have 2 weeks to rest up. Does that matter to you guys at all?
Get rest in Cancun, too, at the end of the day.
Rest in Cancun. Everybody giggled.
Now, guys, the line has now moved back to 4.5.
Wait, what? Already?
Already. So are they listening to this show?
Probably.
That was quick.
Either that or some smart money just went that other way. A nice big stack of cash just got dropped off in an envelope. Floyd Mayweather just stopped by the book, and dropped off some cash.
Well,
you guys.
Fortenbaugh texted me because I asked him, like, where did this begin? Where is it now? What do you think? Just because he's so good, Joe Fortenbaugh, of course. And he said, again, the thing opened Denver -1.5, and obviously the Knicks injury changed everything. So the high point, he said, again, so it's plus 5.5, and that's, he said, the pros bought it at Denver, taking the 5.5 on Wednesday. And then the line quickly moved. So he's feeling like that was the easy play. Does that impact any decisions that we're going to make later in this hour? Because we have to play the current line, right?
That's all we can do.
And so the current line for a second was 3.5. Now it's back to 4.
Yeah. Well, we still have a couple of segments. Who knows what it'll swing to again. But I made the pick when I did the work today.
Oh, you did the work.
I was working off of 4.5.
Sure did.
Well, looks like we'll be back.
We found out about 3.5. So
yeah. Well, the other game is we're not talking as much about the other game.
Well, hold on. Before we get to the other game, let me ask you one question, Al. Last thing on this. Do you guys happen to know who Stiddy's father-in-law is?
Stiddy.
Yeah.
Father-in-law.
Yeah.
What do you got for me? Go.
Stiddy's father-in-law is Tad Brown, who is CEO of the Harris Group. Basically, Stiddy is Don's boss, is what I'm saying. Stiddy could basically tell Don to get lost if he wanted to, because
part of the Devil's ownership group,
CEO of the ownership group.
Hey, look, Cracker, open your mouth.
So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is, no matter what, money finds money, in the words of someone we know well, Don. And no matter what happens to old Stiddy on Sunday, I got news for you. It's going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
How crazy is that? Thaddeus Brown, CEO of the Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment Group, Sixers, Devils. He was CEO of the Houston Rockets. So Stiddy's going to be all right either way, guys.
Yeah.
How does that
And Commanders, too, no?
God bless.
Yeah, I don't understand. It doesn't say that he's part of the Commanders, though.
Well, he can't.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just saying. But it's amazing. That's an amazing connection.
God, rich people. They just find more rich.
They just find
isn't
more
it
rich.
crazy? And yet, look at the yo-yos we are. We found wonderful people, not rich.
But we're rich in life, man.
That's
rich
right.
In life.
That's right.
Right?
That's
and that's what matters. Rams Seahawks is steady holding at Seahawks laying 2.5.
Steady.
The most compelling thing about this game has to be the curiosity of Sam Darnold, right? He did not look good against the Rams for most of three and change quarters, but man, what a finish to that last time they met back in December when the crazy finish, 16 points in the fourth, and then obviously going for 2 in overtime to get the dub after they went down by a touchdown. This is, again, another guy, biggest game of his football career in this spot against the Rams team that's been there, done that, a young defense that's very good. McVay trying to go 3-0 in championship games. Can Sam Darnold do it?
It's such an incredible legacy building game. I mean, you realize that if Sam were to lose this game, and as we know, guys, it is very easy in this league to never get back. Championship games, even with Seattle, as much as we feel like we were always there, they're always there. When were they really last there?
2014.
I got news for you. Jump that forward into the future 12 years. Sam Darnold ain't the quarterback. So even for the teams that get the chance to do it often, it's not often.
Yeah.
And if Sam were to lose and Seattle loses this game as home favorites, there's a good chance you never get back, and maybe you do something else here or there, have a good season, blah, blah, blah. You probably have a nice little career. You go to the Super Bowl, you lead a team to the Super Bowl, and if somehow you were to win that Super Bowl, it's an incredible story for a guy who was, stuck in the worst of situations here, bounced around, and now ends up in this spot. Well, I think it's a lot more pressure on Sam than it is on Stiddy, who's going into this game being like, you kind of have every reason to fail. Don, I think with the success you've seen from Sam Darnold in the regular season, you expect that he should be able to show up in this spot.
I hope so. I'm rooting for him. But I've been talking about the experience of Matthew Stafford, by far the most experienced quarterback in all of the postseason, and yet you barely beat Carolina. You barely beat Chicago, right? So it's not like he's been overly impressive, but he's found ways to win games and in tough places. I mean, Carolina not as tough, but Chicago, the elements should not be an issue in Seattle, although that's probably a tougher home field than Chicago and Carolina, although Chicago's not easy to play in. They're finding ways to win. So you've got a Super Bowl head coach, you've got a Super Bowl quarterback that's finding ways to win. But I think potentially both these games could be absolute classics. But it's hard to...
Would either of you agree...
sorry, Alan, real quick. Do you guys think that the criticism of Stafford, basically, hey, Stafford's a great quarterback, but how could you not be great in this offense with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua? Like, you arguably have the two best receivers in all of the game. Is there any argument to Stafford's season being, while really good, a bit padded by the fact that he has what he has?
Yeah, but
I mean,
did you see how many touchdowns he threw, for God's sake?
I mean, yeah, like other teams have. I'm sorry, Hurts has A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, right?
He does.
Like that's pretty good. Like you can look at teams that have guys that are Atlanta's got a ton of talent on the outside, right? They have there are teams that have talent that they just couldn't get it right. This is good, but
this is not
Adams
more than
last
good.
year looked like he was done.
No, well, exactly, but he wasn't there. So you're right. So then Stafford deserves credit for the reemergence of Devontae Adams, although Devontae was, He was with the Jets. I mean,
he was with his guy, Aaron Rodgers.
I know. But also, let's be
They're
clear.
both with the Jets.
They were both on the Jets. That's the thing. They were both poisoned. The well was ruined. But
I'll say this.
People believe
Peter,
Puka Nacua could be the best player in football this season. Yeah, that is a thought.
He's been fantastic. I think they both kind of they both rely on each other, right? I think the receiving core makes the quarterback look great, and the quarterback is taking advantage of the receiving core. I think you can say that both things are true, and that's what leads him to be the runaway MVP this year, right?
But 46, you said it, 46 touchdowns. I mean, you're right. It's an obscene number.
Yeah. Now again, the winner of the NFC Championship, do we feel like would be easily the favorite for the Super Bowl? Is the NFC going to dominate once again?
You heard what Stephen A. said today. Stephen A. said that the Super Bowl is the NFC Championship game.
Are we buying that?
Well, certainly if Denver finds a way to win, they'll be a massive dog in the Super Bowl. And considering, the Patriots won't be massive, but either way, Rams, Seahawks, it will be the favorite, you would think.
Well, is there a fair comp to be made? Here's the one thing I'll push back on with Stephen's point. There's a comp to be made between Seattle and New England.
Yes,
like these are both young teams that had a really good year. I mean,
two good defensive teams, two good coaches, and then quarterbacks who got to prove it but have had good seasons. Yeah, I think those two would definitely kind of line up. But
now here's the look ahead lines if it interests you.
Okay.
If it's Seattle and the Patriots, it would be Seattle minus 3.5. If it's Seattle and the Broncos, it would be Seattle, wait for it, 9.5.
Damn.
Woo. If it's the Rams and the Patriots, the Rams would be minus 3. And if it's the Rams and the Broncos, it would be minus 8.5 for the Rams. No, they have Seattle as the stronger team in the futures.
Yeah. Okay.
But Seattle's a slight favorite this weekend. So
yeah. Well, we still got to play the games, and we got to make our picks. That's coming up. We're going to catch you up too on the weather, get you ready for the weekend, because while we will be watching a lot of sports and different things in New York City, we do want to make sure that everybody is aware of what's coming and what to expect. So Rich Hoffman is a great friend of the show and a terrific meteorologist. He's going to join us momentarily. We have your calls at 800-919-3776. And, of course, ENN coming up at 6. So stay with us for all that and more. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Rick Pitino goes for his 900th career win against his son Richard when St. John's travels to Cincinnati to take on Xavier. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1:10 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. If you're heading over to Monster Jam tonight at the Rock in Newark, not so great on the Turnpike Western Spur southbound over by 15W for 280 in Kearney. Broken down tractor trailer in the right lane. Your jam from Route 3 on down. 280 westbound keeps you on the brakes heading over to 21 and the Stickle Drawbridge. Inbound Georgia about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Not too bad of a ride heading over to the outbound side on the southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet, 15 to 20. Outbound Helena cost you close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal. held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Show your team spirit and say big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted.
All right, Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York. We'll get back to your calls at 800-919-3776. We've got our picks coming up for the weekend as well. But speaking of the weekend, as we are preparing for it, and we want to prepare you as best we can for it, is a winter storm coming this weekend. It's going to be very cold tomorrow before the storm even hits. And to get into a little more, just to get you ready for it, our good friend of the show, you see him on News 12, Rich Hoffman, joining us right now, meteorologist extraordinaire. Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just getting ready for a little snow. It's been a while.
It's only been a week. What is the first thing that you are telling people about this storm that's coming and what to prepare for? Like, when do you expect it to hit? How much for the area as well?
Heading up from southern New Jersey, it's overnight Saturday, and then it overspreads New York City, Long Island, into the Hudson Valley during the day on Sunday. So once you get past 8 o'clock Sunday morning, you want to kind of stay home a little bit. I know a lot of people are traveling on Sunday, want to watch some football games and stuff, but it comes down really heavy Sunday afternoon. Poor visibility, 1 to 2 inches per hour, a good old-fashioned snowstorm at that point. And then we head towards Sunday evening. We watch some mixing, especially along the Jersey Shore, out towards Long Island. And by the time this is done, I'm telling my friends and families, be prepared for about a foot of snow. Hudson Valley, maybe 15 to 18 inches, and that's one of the things we'll be watching through Sunday into Monday morning.
It's pretty incredible.
So is there in other words, do you think that when we get to Monday, it ends up being a somewhat straightforward, just big snowstorm, and by Monday evening, we're sort of shoveled out and moving on? Or is this going to be more crazy than that? Because we know in the South, obviously, there's a lot of concerns about the ice and all the other things it could do. But are we looking for more into just a straight-ahead snowstorm that after 24 hours we kind of get past?
For most of us, it is kind of straight ahead. There will be some ice, and this is going to be a good week for pond hockey. We're going to have so much cold weather after this. So this is a little bit different where, a lot of storms lately, it melts the next day. This snow that comes down is going to stay for a while. So that's one of the things that's going to be different. It's going to be so cold beforehand and so cold afterwards that we could have lows by the end of next week below zero. So this snow is not going to go anywhere anytime fast.
Yeah. Now, I was wondering, is the timing of this good from the standpoint that we're talking about Sunday, everybody stay home, hunker down? Are we able, as communities, to be able to get ahead of this, start to plow as it's coming down so that by the time we get to the rush hour Monday, we can have things cleared out?
Yeah, absolutely. By that point, they're going to start keeping up with it. Sunday afternoon, they'll do a couple of passes out on the road. And then by Sunday night, it starts tapering off, especially in New Jersey. And then out towards Long Island by late morning, Monday, Montauk is starting to move out. So I think there'll be possibly school delays Tuesday morning, too, looking at that. I know my son just got his Chromebook being prepared for Monday with, virtual school nowadays. So, that's one of the things I think a lot of people are trending to because it's going to be cold. So do you want to send your kid out there waiting for the bus? Is it not going to come? If there's going to be a delay? So I think there's going to be a lot more virtual days on Monday.
Is there anything to the fact that Saturday is going to? I mean, I saw a low of 9 in New York City, 8 on the island, and obviously the outskirts of the city. A low of that, a high of not even getting to 20 degrees on Saturday. Having it that cold before a storm like that, does that change anything when it comes to what we end up getting as far as you already told us about a foot, but also the fact that with the ground so damn cold that would it make it more difficult to clear the snow?
What's going to happen initially when it's that cold compared to all the other storms we got, the first inch of snow is going to be ice right away. So people are like, it's lightly snowing. There's only an inch. They're going to be slipping and sliding from the Garden State Parkway to LIE, heading up north. That's the problem when it's so cold. 1 inch of snow could be much worse than 6 inches when it's that cold to start off with.
Is there any version in which we Sorry, go ahead, Don.
Go ahead, Peter. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, is there any version in which we don't get the entire thing? Like, is there any? There are a bunch of different models. Is there still a version in which it turns out to be much ado about nothing? Or are we definitely getting slammed with at least 6, 7, 8 inches?
All the computer models, if you do the weather geeky stuff, the European, the NAM model, all of them have a good thump of snow before, say, 5 or 6 o'clock on Sunday, and that's anywhere from about 4 to 8 inches of a quick burst. And the question is, what could change? Do we get a mix? Do we get a little bit of rain? And that's later. So that's the worst part of the storm with, you're looking at 1 to 2 inches of snow per hour Sunday afternoon. And then what happens, Sunday night where, maybe it fizzles out, maybe it's a little rain or a little bit of mix. But that first part of the storm, all the models are in agreement that we're going to get a quick burst of heavy snow to start.
All right, so my self-serving question is the Devils are in Seattle for a Sunday afternoon game with the plan of leaving after the game and probably getting into Newark around midnight Sunday night into Monday morning. Is that doable? Is that still on table, or am I going to be leaving sometime Monday from Seattle?
You're probably going to be leaving Monday because, commercial flights that are flying out, they're not going to have planes here. So they don't want to leave them here and get them stuck here. So they're going to try to keep them out of the tri-state as long as possible.
Well, I am on a charter, so that does that help a little bit?
That does help a little bit. They depending on if there's any ice, but it's you may be able to get in, or delay. They may delay it a little bit. So instead of midnight, you may get in by 4 or 5 o'clock Monday morning.
And back
at
to
least
self-serving.
The weather's going to be nice out in Seattle.
Back to self-serving. You think I'll be able to get on a flight to Toronto at 7 p.m. Monday? What are your thoughts?
7 p.m. Monday night. If the plane's here, you'll be able to fly out. That's the key. A lot of the planes they get them out of here first. But if your plane's in the local airport, you're going to get out of here Monday night.
So, Rich, we're in a business where we're talking with Rich Hoffman from News 12. If we're in a business that, before a Super Bowl, before the local teams are playing big games, if we're out somewhere, you're going to hear, hey, what do you think about the game tonight? What do you think about the team tonight? All that stuff, right? I imagine this time of year, or anytime there's storms, of course, but this weekend, you can't go anywhere. I'm sure people are probably asking you for the inside there. I know what you're saying on the air, but what's really going to happen, Rich? How much do you get that? And how much do you have to explain that, what Peter asked you? we always wonder, all right, they're telling us a foot, but I don't know. We could end up not getting that, and we're all, it's a much ado about nothing. How much of that do you deal with?
It's every day. Even on a bright and sunny day, people are complaining lately. But the biggest thing for me now is having young kids, trying to get the kids out and enjoying the snow. That's the toughest part. But, this is, all these little storms, they're the Super Bowl. That's what we get paid for, to make sure we're keeping everybody safe. I miss the days of being able to go out skiing and enjoying all the snow. But now I'm in front of a computer, for 8 to 10 hours a day, tracking all these models. I'll be up tonight. I'll be up tomorrow. I'll be live at 5 a.m. Sunday morning on News 12. So, that's one of the things that we're watching. And, we're trying to update all of our social media. That's everyone who wants it now. Mm-hmm. What's happening right now? What changed with the models now? And our audience is becoming more intelligent of being able to read the computer models. So it's a good discussion, and more people are interested in. So it's a great job to have with social media, with all the streaming stuff that we have now. We have News 12 New York that streams. We have all of our Facebooks and social media pages that have fun as well.
Well, that's why we have you on, to make sure that everybody has the latest. So we appreciate it. Get back to work. And by the way, text me first if you know anything new on this storm, okay?
Well, I will tell you this, like I said before, pond hockey. I know you guys are big hockey guys.
Yep.
By the middle of next week, we'll be out on the ponds playing a little hockey with the kids.
Well, this is awesome. I got the rink in the backyard, so Stephanie will be very happy to hear this. Thanks so much, Rich. Appreciate you giving us a few minutes.
All right, guys. Don't forget, tune into News 12, guys. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
They
we
do a
will
great
here
job.
on the island, no doubt about it. So not only are we getting this storm, but, normally after we get a big snowstorm, you do get that, all right, it starts to melt and everything cleans up. He's making it sound like this snow's not going anywhere for a while because it's going to be so cold it's not going to melt.
Yeah, we've got a solid week of under, 32 degrees. Yeah, this is going to hang around. That's why getting out in front of it's going to be so important, because you don't want to be shoveling 12 inches of snow, guys, when it's like parts of it are frozen and it's like really stuck and heavy. That's where you get in a lot of trouble. So that's why I was asking him if they could be out ahead of it as it's going. Make sure you plow. Maybe you go out and you shovel when it's only a few inches and then go back out and shovel again. You might wake up Monday morning. You might have like 12 inches of frozen snow that you're not going to be able to move. DiPietro text, by the way. I sent it to you guys.
No, here we go. Great.
Reading that, not knowing
Don,
that it was from Rick first was really concerning, and
Don,
then I remembered it was from Rick.
What Don wrote in the group chat, I was like, wow, Don's going there. And then I realized that you're just the vessel, aren't you?
I'm just forwarding Rick's.
I got to tell you,
that one,
I want to call Don a bad guy in this one.
We can't read that one.
I actually want to say, I think you owe me an apology. I think you probably should have thought better of forwarding this. Go ahead. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it.
Peter, you did have a line that when you were asking a question about being slammed by, I'm sure Jake will find it.
No, we know. It was
That's going to be a crime.
Yeah, that was a moment.
But Don, I'll give you a second to reconsider whether you should have actually forwarded that. If that's the kind of thing you do to a friend.
But
it went there. I laughed yesterday.
Humor in it.
Well, yesterday I laughed, but when you're getting specific and now we're talking spouses, it starts to get.
Well, why do I have to protect Rick?
This one was.
It's not protecting Rick. Is it protecting Rick or protecting me?
Well, but he says
from
this
the hurt.
He says this to Dave on the air, so he's texting this, but he says these things to Dave. You're not the only one that's a target here, Peter. This is material that Rick uses against his own co-host.
Well,
but he says it.
But
we choose
Peter
not
does
to read
make
this.
a pretty valid point that I probably could have kept it to myself.
You could have left that alone.
This one, he could have edited. Don could have said, you know what? Not for my guy. No, not today.
I nailed Joe Judge. So far, I'm a little worried I'm nailing Aaron Glenn.
That was one. Wasn't that yesterday? Oh, no, that's when you were deciding. That was 2 days ago, and we were grading.
You guys didn't know that I nailed Joe Judge, did you?
Hey,
Aaron Glenn.
So there was a brief moment, Anthony. You thought that was my joke?
Well, I read it. And I said, why would Don say that?
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, wait.
And then
now I've read it. I know who this is from.
It's one thing to tell that joke, but then to send it out to the group that Peter's on, that would be pretty That'd be pretty gutsy.
But that's the problem with what you did. See, he didn't even announce what it was. Don just said something absolutely insane.
I thought Don was getting
It took like 2 seconds for me to figure it out.
Don was saying, this is what Rick would say, so I'm just going to say it now.
No. It never even occurred to me. But it occurred to Rick.
Well,
and it is funny.
It is, but I understand Peter say. I just want Peter to understand that don't feel like you're the only one that's a target, because I've heard him say these things on the air too.
It's
Dave.
true.
And we
it's
choose
almost
not
like
even
saying,
to say
listen,
this.
don't feel bad that he murdered your wife. He's murdered a few wives.
Yeah. You don't
it's
feel
still
bad,
Alan.
Right.
Yeah, don't worry.
Listen,
he just did it to Dave also.
Trying to just soften it a little bit for him.
Excuse me?
Because
Oh, here comes another text.
Oh, you don't need to. Yeah, here comes another text. Don't worry. You don't have to soften it too much for Peter. I bet Natalie wishes you do the opposite. Hardy, har, har, har. I'm still in the locker room. I'm 16. Let me whip you with a towel.
Hey.
Well, you know what, Peter? I'm sorry.
And we love you.
You know that I hang out at WWE. I share a locker room with people who could look at Rick and with their eyeballs murder him on sight. He would just melt into nothingness. These are big, strong, tough men. They don't feel the need to destroy me and go after me to assert their tough guyness. But old tough guy locker room Rick, that's what we call him. He's got to show everyone how tough he is.
You know what?
Just go back to being manorexic and being in the gym all day, all right? Go eat more than 1,100 calories in a weekday, you skinny son of a bitch.
I'll say
let it all out.
Sorry, because
let it all out, Peter.
He's a bad guy. No, he's your friend, but he's a bad guy.
Let it all out. We have picks to make.
I bet Natalie wishes he would let it all out.
Oh, he's going Sandler. He's going Sandler on us now. All right. Well, we'll make our picks for championship weekend coming up next.
If Natalie could pick, I bet she'd pick someone else. Hardy, har, har, har.
If Peter makes it to there. Don Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
We just went to break. What's up, babe?
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. You can pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For over the gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
It's Championship Sunday and the Wiz has you covered. Who's going to the big game? Join one of the nation's top sports betting analysts, Joe Wiz, as he talks about Championship Sunday, New England at Denver and LA at Seattle. Plus, the Knicks and St. John's are in action, and soccer, UFC, and horse racing from Gulfstream for the $3 million Pegasus. Follow the Wiz on Instagram at Joe Wiz Sports. It's the best bet in town. The Fine Line with the Wiz, Saturday at 8 a.m. Be ready to win.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
What's the game called?
Football. These are the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg Pro Picks.
That's football!
All right, I have a question for Don. Peter, you have to lay out on this one because it's about you.
Okay.
Don, do we want, since we're picking a 3-point game and a 2-point game, and there's only 2 games to pick, do we want to give Peter any lifeline at all where he could pick an over-under for either game and throw a point total on that? What do you think?
Here's what I would
right now,
suggest,
just so everybody knows, you have 85. You're running away with it. 6 points. I have 66 points in second place, and Peter has 57 points. So the only way you can catch me is if we have to add points to this thing.
Right. So since we're doing 3-2, with one being available, would you allow Peter to have one of his plays be an over-under? And it could be a 3, could be a 2, could be a 1. So he's picking the 2 championship games and an over-under,
right?
And he can decide the point allocation from there. I'd be willing to do that.
Math doesn't work, though, right?
Well, it could keep him alive.
I guess it could. If we just so we're just going to gift a point for him. No one else gets this. He gets to pick an over-under one of the games, over or under, and he gets a point. So he has the potential to get 6 out of the weekend, while you and I can only get 5.
I think it's silly.
You don't like it?
Well, the only way it works. Well, it's silly the way Alan described it. Like that's charity,
right?
I'm suggesting wrong for that same rule of we get the pick and over under, and it adds an element for him to be able to get back into it. Not having him and him alone pick the over under and get that's giving extra points to people.
Don, your mic is sounding very weird, like something happened.
What happened to your mic? What'd you do?
Like it's like the connection feels bad all of a sudden or something.
I don't know. It still sounds bad.
No, you're beautiful now.
It was your wire, and now you sound much better.
I think that's an indication we should start making picks.
Wow. Okay.
So, listen. Here's my opinion, Alan.
Right.
Let's see how this week plays out, and then we can decide. Well, 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, if we want to add any exotics or anything special for the Super Bowl. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Like let's see what happens this week, and then we go from there.
Go for it. Make your picks, Peter. You go first since you're in last.
I don't like how you said it, but
with the accuracy in which you said it.
I've already
exactly what they said.
Yeah, that too. I don't like the accuracy either. I am. You know where I'm at with Denver, New England. What do I have the line at now, guys? Is it back to 4.5?
4.5.
I'm going to go with Denver to cover the number. I'm sure the public will pound New England, and I totally understand why. I don't think there's as big a drop-off between Bo Nix and Stiddy as we might believe, because I don't know that we know how great Bo Nix is yet. This is a game that's going to be one with defense and coaching, or at least be kept close that way. So give me Sean Payton to keep it close and make it my 3-point play.
The fraud.
Because it's the game that I just clearly feel more comfortable with. And then I'm going to go with Seattle. I don't love it. I'm kind of holding my nose here. Because the Rams, to me, the talent they have at wide out, all the things, but like my gut's been wrong so much that let me just go with Seattle to cover the number at home and go to the Super Bowl. I'm picturing an insane stadium, Don jumping up and down with his new Seattle brethren, the newest member, the newest 12th man, the Legion of Boom, Don LaGreca. And I'll go with I'm going to hold my nose and go with the Seahawks to cover the 2.5 points. So give me the Seahawks as my 2 and the Broncos my 3.
Okay. Now, I didn't send my picks to Anthony to prove that I wasn't going to just play that defense thing. And
4 corners.
Yeah, exactly. And this is not easy to do because there's so much. Like, do I want to have fun, or do I want to just play it safe? How do I want to do it? What's the right way to do it?
You pick you give your predictions.
Pick what I feel, yes, yeah. But I can make a case either way on both of these games. You can. You could talk yourself into anything. And so you have to do this. Well, no, because again, do I want to have fun? Don, do you understand what I'm saying? Do I want to have fun? Now that I know Peter's picks, do I want to have fun, or do I want to just make the picks that I know are the picks I want to make?
You make the picks you want to make.
Exactly.
You gotta be a man about it. You can't be dishonest.
Right, exactly. So again, I'll go with exactly what Peter said. Again, I'll take Denver. I will take the points.
I'm calling fraud, Don. I'm calling fraud. How could he go with Denver? He is the Patriots sycophant
I know.
all year long. We get to the championship game.
4.5 feels weird. It feels weird. The whole thing doesn't feel right. 2 defenses. This is going to be a low-scoring game. May has not. He has been shaky in the playoffs. This is a tough defense. I'm being dead ass honest.
I believe.
I will send you a screenshot of text that I had
matter.
back and forth with somebody
I lost
about
anyway.
This.
It doesn't matter.
So, like I just said, I can either have fun, and I could have taken New England just for fun, or I picked what I felt was right. So that's what I'm telling you. You can be mad all you want, but give me Denver for 3-point play at 4.5. Okay?
All right. He's in.
Okay.
And then, of course, for the 2, same thing, Seattle. Rams have played a ton of road games. It's hard to bet against McVay and Stafford. I understand that. But this what you saw at the end of that game, Seattle figured something out against the Rams, no doubt. Sam, might have figured something out too with himself personally. This is a big spot for him. And I've got to take the home team in this game, Seattle, and it's only 2.5 that I'm laying. So give me that for 2 points. And as I said, I'm going to make it clear one more time. I could have had fun, or I just make the picks I wanted to make. I went with the side of make the picks I wanted to make.
You ruined everything is what you did.
Well, I'll make it quick because we've got ENN coming up. My 2-point play will be the Broncos for all the reasons you said. Remember, Drake May did not play well last week. I think they'll coach their way, Denver, into even possibly winning this game, but certainly covering the 4.5. That's my 2-point play. And I'll go against you guys. I'm going to go with the Rams and the experience of Stafford. They find ways to win. I'm rooting for Seattle. I love Sam Darnold to win this game. But I said it from the beginning of the playoffs. With that much experience, how do the Rams not take advantage of it? That will be my 3-point play. Now, there are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $179 for 33 months. Or buy with 0.9% APR financing for 72 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN379853. MSRP $33,425. Zero security deposit. APR $14.27 per $1,000 finance. Ends 2/2/26. ENN is next.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Get 35% off select major appliances valid through January 30th. See Lowe's.com for more details. Ski areas like Gore and Whiteface in the Adirondacks, Killington and Pico in Vermont got a couple inches of fresh snow on Thursday. And we brace for the coldest weather of the season this weekend with more fresh snow late Sunday. If you're hitting the slopes, take the right precautions with good layers meant for skiing in the cold. Wear your helmet, keep your neck and face covered, and keep the hand and toe warmers handy. Mountain Creek, New Jersey, celebrating their 60th anniversary this weekend. Both Mountain Creek and Camelback on 39 pack powder trails. They're skiing, riding, and tubing day and night. And so Shawnee with 20 slopes. Smaller ski areas are a little more protected, and you're always closer to the base lodge. Thunder Ridge, Southern New York, Mohawk, Sundown, and Southington in Connecticut, and Butternut in the Berkshires, all at or near 100%.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Show your team spirit and say big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night and an awesome weekend. I hope you make it through the storm okay. We've got the Nets hosting the Celtics at the Barclays in Brooklyn tonight. Just crawling on the BQE in both directions, heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Eastbound side especially tough. A crash over by the Williamsburg Bridge. That is you backed up onto the inbound Gowanus. Not moving much there from 39th. All of your purchase, the outbound George, pretty heavy aside from the Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway. Still have this crash on the West Side Highway southbound in the 120s. Been out there for over an hour. Delays go back to the inbound George Upper Deck will run you about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Helena cost you 20 to 30. Monster Jam tonight at the Rock in Newark, packed on 280 approaching 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson for three. And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
the very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Good. So glad to hear that. Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight is brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. I'd like to start off ENN tonight by saying good evening to Don.
Oh, there she goes. Oh, there's a rock. Let's hope that she avoids it.
And good evening to Don.
Your children may inherit the fraud gene from your wife.
Good evening to Alan.
Enjoy sushi.
Yep. That was Japanese.
One more time. What's that, Alan?
Enjoy sushi.
Mm-hmm. It means I love you.
Good evening to myself.
The future of wide receiver Brandon Ayuk.
Ayuk.
So
Clean day.
No, good evening to myself.
No.
Hey, Anthony, you see me? Excuse me. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
We lost him. He gone.
I love how he doubled down. He grabbed the mic and just coughed right into it at the end, just saying, "Get it."
Oh no! Why did Carlin catch a stray? Man?
No, it's just, when you think coughing, when you think choking on the air, you think Chris Carlin. Good evening to myself. Did Mans go to a whack spot, Crody?
What language was that? By
Yeah.
the way?
That's so, guys. If you ever want to laugh, you may not get it because it's kind of a super right now thing, but like the Toronto has developed a new accent and slang over like the last 15 years.
Really?
That like it's a mesh of what we think of as the classic Toronto accent, like that's like way more intense and has slang, and it's just a very funny social media thing. Did Mans go to a whack spot, Crody?
So is that like Drake stuff? Is that like a Drake influence?
Yeah, I think so, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Partially that, but also partially I think just something that's happened, Crody.
Yeah, well,
let me say good evening to myself.
That's the Canadian accent, when you just add that little.
Well,
like,
no, I understand that, but there's
end.
an extra level to it that they're going in that's even further. It's like more than you even normally get,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Good evening to
Slammed
myself.
with at least 6, 7, 8 inches.
That was it. That was it.
That was risky to play because Peter's in a way about that.
Let me hear it again.
Slammed with at least 6, 7, 8 inches.
It's a great drop.
At least.
It's a really good drop.
And in the window in which they could make a run.
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't think about that.
And yeah. And JFM, remind us who's starting at quarterback for the Broncos.
Steady.
Bet your ace. So we spent a lot of time talking about Cat earlier. Let's hear from Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's doesn't seem altogether happy about how things are going in Milwaukee.
Uh-oh.
Our chemistry is not good. Guys are being selfish. Guys try to do it on their own. I'm not the guy that will yell and cuss his teammate out and demand the ball. I've never done that in my career, but I feel like I've played with teammates that kind of understand, the gravity that I can cause for our team. And I don't understand, maybe because we're young, maybe because we're not playing well, maybe because guys think it's their turn. They want to, carry the team on their back and try to turn this around. But I really don't get it. I really don't.
Wow.
This keeps getting worse and worse, right? He's gonna make everybody miserable the rest of the season and then get traded.
Is that his? It's like, I'm never going to demand a trade, but I'm going to be so belligerent that they're going to want to trade me.
Well, they're booing him already, right? The season feels like it's lost.
18 and 25.
And by the time we get to the summer, it'll be like good riddance, right?
Well, doesn't it feel like we're heading there? It's just I'll say it again. It is such a difficult trade to make in season. And it doesn't mean you can't, because again, Luka Doncic was traded in season. So all it takes is somebody that's like one GM that doesn't know what they're doing. But I find that it's going to be so difficult to do. And keep in mind, you can't send him to a place he doesn't want to go, because that team knows that he won't stay there. It's wild. You saw Jimmy Butler being out for the season now in Golden State.
Whoa.
Would the Warriors maybe say, all right, well, we don't have Jimmy Butler. What if they use Jimmy Butler as a way to get Giannis? So stuff to watch.
That would be interesting,
wouldn't it?
How old is Jimmy Butler?
35.
I mean, how appealing is that really for someone?
Well, that's isn't that an expiring? I can't imagine he's got much left on his deal. But I'm spitballing there. Not that I know anything.
No, spitball away.
That's what we do. It's Friday. It's after 6. It's CNN. We spitball.
Maybe Giannis and Kat could just go somewhere on their own and complain. You ever thought about that?
Kat doesn't complain now. He never.
No,
says
it's not
anything.
complaining. No, it's more just his body language complains.
Yeah, doesn't look happy either. There's not many guys who are happy. Like, it is interesting what's happening in the league right now. LeBron's not happy. Like, there's a lot of that happening with the older players.
Well, it's hard, You make $40-50 million, play ball.
Yeah.
Is it because, Alan, that there's just that feeling of at the end of the day it's going to be OKC, so what are we doing?
No, I don't think it's that.
Then what is it?
I think you're seeing what happens when there's pressure put on, and the top-end players, they want to win. And so when the team's not winning, who gets blamed? The top-end players do. They don't want to carry that. So then they look around them saying, well, how am I supposed to win when I got these bums?
Well, it is funny, that they want the money, they want the fame, they want the ball, they want to be the man, and the second things don't go well, they want out. Well, part of being the best player means that you got to deal with this garbage. That comes with the territory.
Yep.
The best player always has to answer, no matter what sport. When Derek Jeter was a Yankee, he can go 3 for 4 and Yankees lose the game. He's going to have to talk about what's wrong with your team. What's wrong? Why can't this team win?
That's the deal,
if Derek
Cody
didn't play, he has to be. But that's the responsibility. So they want all of the glory that comes with being the man.
Correct.
But the second it becomes hard, they want out. Well, to me, then I guess you're really not the man. Anybody can lead when everything's going well. Everybody could be the best player on the best team. But it's being the best player on the lousy team or the struggling team. That's when you show if you've got true leadership or not, whether you're truly the man.
It's such a good point, Don. And we see it over and over again. Like, this tends to be, man. Like, this is what separates the true next level great. I mean, listen, LeBron, I look at LeBron differently than Giannis, although you can't be super impressed with how things have gone for LeBron in LA. I mean, you asked a question yesterday, Alan, does it come off now as a disappointment? What's disappointing is the fact that the guy really sort of has run roughshod over the team, probably forced them into drafting his son, wanted to bring in people who turned out to be done, and then also ends up unhappy. And you're constantly sort of trying to tap dance to keep LeBron happy, but the team hasn't even been good.
Yeah, and that's the frustration a lot of times when you deal with players of that level, is that you feel like they're never satisfied. And the one thing about Giannis in Milwaukee is that it's only the last maybe 2 years. They won the championship and he professed his love for Milwaukee and all that stuff. But since then, as things have started, again, Budenholzer gets fired, which apparently was part of his frustration. They bring in a coach. They got off to a 30-13 start, but Giannis apparently wasn't happy with that coach. So they fire him. They bring in another coach. And then it's been garbage ever since. So now he starts to grumble because he knows, I'm in my prime. I can't be on a bad team. I need to be on good teams because when I'm on a bad team, it's my fault. And so he doesn't want to hear it. So it's everyone else's fault. So you're moody and you're miserable because your team sucks. That's a real thing. And I understand that. But the play, in the NBA, it's different than a lot of the sports because it's only you. One guy makes such a difference in compared to other sports where one guy doesn't. It's carried by the group. Where in this sport, it really does weigh on all the best players. And, LeBron has been that through. That's why Pat Riley was ready to move on. Pat Riley didn't want to cater to it anymore. You're kind of taking the room down, man. That's not what we're about. So why don't you go somewhere else then? Like, in his prime to let LeBron walk out the door, that's a dangerous thing. And Miami, what have they done since then? They made one finals, but it was kind of a fluke. But they haven't really been the same team since. But that's Pat Riley's like, no, I can't have this anymore.
Well, like, boo-hoo, man. Like, well, I'm sorry. You can't win every year. There's going to be times where it's just not going to work out. And every time it gets hard, you just go find a place where it's easier. Like and I guess because there's so few players on the roster in the NBA and it's so star-driven that it seems like you're able to do this. But you don't really see that in other sports. Yeah, guys might ask out because there's no chance to win, bad ownership, or they're in the middle of a rebuild. You don't want to be a part of that. But, God, the second you're like, I can't seem to win here, so I got to go someplace else. Otherwise, it's going to be my fault. Instead of, hey, how can we fix it? How can we make it better? How can I change things?
Well, I mean, listen, and every situation is different, right? LeBron's situation in Cleveland the first time is not the same as his situation in Los Angeles. Being frustrated with Dan Gilbert, who won't spend any money, versus being frustrated when you got maybe the best player, the top 5 player in the league on your team now. It's two very different things. But either way.
Well, by the way, just on that topic, and as I mentioned, the Knicks and the Sixers play tomorrow afternoon. You'll get the coverage here on 880.
That's your ace.
ESPN. We don't have it on MHD. It's a national game. But Ian Begley said the Knicks are listing Towns as questionable tomorrow. He has some back spasms. It's a pretty important game for the Knicks. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah. You want to see, a big yawn for what they did against the Nets, lose to the Sixers.
Oh, yeah. Again, because the Sixers already got you twice.
Right.
So just something to keep an eye on, everybody.
An NBA game and dozens of college basketball games are all in the way of a storm, of course, coming across. What is the name of it again? Fern?
Yeah.
I call it the Great Blizocalypse of 2026.
Sure.
But yeah.
A snowgasm.
Or the snowgasm. It could affect the Zards and the Hornets on Saturday night, a game like you dream about, so they moved it to noon.
Oh, Zards and Hornets.
The ACC moved up a whole bunch of games to get out of the way. And everyone will do their best to get in what they can before the Blizocalypse or snowgasm comes to town across basically the whole middle south of the country, swinging its way up north over Saturday and Sunday. We have an update to the college football playoff. It will remain a 12-team field in 2026. It was announced.
Okay.
So there'll be now some time for the commissioners and conference commissioners to consider expanding to a 16 or 24-team format in the future. But next year, guys, going to keep it right at 12.
12 is a good number, right? I mean, a 10 seed got to the championship, and 12 is the right number.
Now, it's going to work like this, though. The Power 4 conference champions will be guaranteed spots in the 12-team field, along with the highest-ranked conference champion from the group of 6, which now includes the new-look Pac-12. Notre Dame will also be a lock for the playoff if it finishes in the selection committee's top 12.
I still don't know how they figure that out.
So they did not like the way it went this year.
No, of course not.
So they want the ACC winner in no matter what.
Yep.
Which they got now. Notre Dame, I think, agreed to this with the other conferences that they'd be, if they're top 12, which they were this year, they'll be locked in going forward. This was not just this year. This was before. They agreed to this a long time ago. So we might have 6 teams locked in before we even get to a selection committee.
Right, exactly. So they're going to need to expand it to 16 then.
Wow. Did you hear what our boy Cam Newton said?
Oh, no.
What did Cam say?
That the Notre Dame is irrelevant?
Sure.
I think the bird cage he wears on his head must have different, adjustable sizes because I think maybe he's a size too small. I think
tight.
Blood flow stopped.
Shay answered pretty quick, though. She goes, they were in the national championship last year.
Don't let facts get in the way of being a yo-yo.
You don't. No, not when you're a professional yo-yo.
No one does yo-yo like he does.
No, Cam is special. We love it, though. We love it.
Elite.
Well, I do think at some point between the Super Bowl and now, we've lost him.
What do you mean?
I don't think he's with us in a form that we can understand. I think it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
It's transforming into another level. You're saying?
Yeah, we can't wrap our minds around it.
No, he's.
But I can't figure out it. Maybe we're just not intelligent enough. I don't know, but I don't get it.
I don't think it's that. I do think though he has moved. He's moved well into cartoon character phase, and I don't know if he realizes it. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of being a caricature now, saying like.
How would you not realize it though?
I don't, because you don't.
You know,
you just think I'm going to kill him with this one. Oh, I'm going to kill him with this one. Like it's okay.
Well, this is the way to get successful in America. If it doesn't matter Don always talks about this, but like if there's no repercussion and it doesn't matter what you say, I mean, might as well go for it, right?
I guess.
Keep on going.
Listen, I'm all for sometimes hot takes and things, but like, when is Notre Dame ever irrelevant? It's Notre Dame.
Football, never.
Their games they've got their own television package
for a reason.
They have their own. They don't even play in a conference. Their games are on NBC every Saturday.
Yeah, you're making intelligent points for an imbecile take, right? So we should probably keep it moving.
Okay. Fair point.
I'm all for that.
Fernando Mendoza has officially declared, shockingly, guys, he will be heading towards the NFL in case that this comes as a major surprise to you.
What?
Yeah,
stunning.
I know, it's huge. Now, let's move back to the NFL football for a moment. Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, turning 40 years old tomorrow. Let's hear from the ball coach.
I'm not a big birthday guy, and if you guys say happy 40th, I'll slap the out of you, all right? So, I'm not a big birthday. Here's what I will say. What's a good birthday? When I'm working on my birthday, and if I'm working next week. That'd be a hell of a birthday. That's the only present I want from you, Gary. All right? Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of that. That very Gruden-esque, right? The voice
Very
now?
Gruden-esque.
Very Gruden-esque. Yeah, the only good birthday is I'm working on my birthday.
Birthday.
By the way, so he's trying to go 3-0 in conference championship games. Don, I'm going to give you. I'm going to say that three other coaches have, in their first three conference championship games, have won all three to go 3-0 to begin. They're not 3-0 in a career, but they have started 3-0. Can you name them?
Well, I could tell you, Bill Parcells did.
Yes.
As he went, 86, 90, and then whatever the year was with the Patriots.
Yep.
Jimmy Johnson?
No. I will say this to give you a hint. So you named already Parcells. The other two also have Giants connections.
So I guess Belichick.
Correct. That's two.
And it's not Coughlin because he lost the championship games.
Right.
Giant can. So who the? Oh well. All right, then I guess the easy one would be Tom Landry.
No.
Oh.
Vince Lombardi.
No. Not you were going
so who would have
way too far back, and this coach did it with a different franchise.
Steady. But he has Giant connections.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But not a. So maybe not a.
Giant connections.
So who is an assistant or a former player? So we had Giant connections.
It doesn't necessarily have to be an assistant or a former player.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Drawn. Who else? Three to start their career 3-0 in a championship game. So who's been to a bunch of Super Bowls? I'm getting thrown off by the Giant connection, I think.
Probably. Because it was before them. Oh, it's Dan Reeves.
Oh, Dan Reeves. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what threw me off because now I'm thinking, all right, went on,
right.
Dan Reeves. Okay, yeah, sure. All those four Super Bowls with the Broncos.
Yeah. That's why I just said the connection because he did coach them, but he didn't go to the championship. But still, that's so he would join that class. It's a pretty impressive group to be part of, right? Have 10 playoff wins before you turn 40?
That is crazy.
So we can laugh at the voice and how nutty he is, but the guy can coach, man.
Oh no, he's. I can make a case he's top of the tops. Like he could be the guy, in my opinion, at this
He's
point.
what everybody's trying to find when they hire the next young, coordinator that everybody's excited about.
No, him and Kyle, the two guys who were, in my organization.
Right.
For anyone out there who enjoys boxing and has been, waiting for the day where there'd maybe be a new league that would try to get things in order so you're not trying to keep up with what's what, tonight is the debut of Zuffa Boxing. Its first event will be held at the Meta Apex in Las Vegas tonight. Calum Walsh headlining against Carlos Ocampo in a middleweight bout. This is going to be something that you see pick up over time. Sort of, I don't want to say it's a soft launch, but sort of is. Obviously, at the Apex, there's only 1,000 people that will be there in person. I saw the commentary team, though. It'll be the debut, the host of the night will be the first gig for our former colleague, Molly Karam, her first take gig. Right, and Molly. She will be reunited with her old compadre, Max Kellerman, who is the color analyst alongside Joe Tessitore and Andre Ward calling the fight. So I'm personally excited about this, looking forward to it, seeing if someone can finally sort of get this boxing thing together where people could maybe follow along on who contenders are and have people they can root for and follow. It's just been, how many years now, guys, have we heard people complain about the fact that the multiple governing bodies and alphabet boys, if you will, have kind of made the sport impossible? We'll see whether Dana White and Nick Khan and TKO can kind of make this thing work as one official boxing league. But tonight will be the first opportunity to catch that. Guys, it's a very, very short NFL announcer lineup.
Oh, yeah.
There's only 2 games, folks. We'll start at 3 o'clock on Sunday. We head out to Mile High, Denver, Colorado, to you and me. Drake May and the New England Patriots against Stidham and the Broncos. CBS, which means it's James Bartholomew Nance.
Hello, friends.
He'll be joined by Anthony Romo.
Hey, take your helmet off. Give it to me. Give it to me. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not allowed.
Tracy Wolfson.
Wow, what a game, as we expected.
And Evan Moymoon.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
The Broncos have covered in 4 straight games as dogs. They're 2-0 outright as home dogs this season. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 versus teams with winning records. 2-0 outright as home dogs this season, and 3-0 in the postseason history as home dogs.
What's their records?
I don't know. The Patriots, 14-5 against the spread so far this season. That is nuts. They've covered in 5 straight, 13-3 in their last 16. Something's got to give.
See?
8-0 outright, 7-1 against the spread on the road, guys. And 10-3 against the spread as favorites with 5 straight covers.
Want to change your pick?
Alan, maybe you should have just went with your boys.
I told you. We could have had fun. I could have made it fun, but that's not what we're here for. We're not here to have fun. We're here to make the
fun
picks
is not for us. 6:30 on Fox, the Rams and the Seahawks in Seattle. Kevin Burkhardt on the call.
Boston College.
He'll be joined by Tom Brady.
I have a lot of friends who outkick their coverage.
Aaron Andrews.
All right, old man, I can joke with you about that.
And the great Tom Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
Let's see. The underdog lost but covered in each of the first 2 meetings. That would be tough. That would require a 2 or 1 point loss for the Rams in this game. The Seahawks, their overs are 4-0 in the last 4 playoff games. All right, 7-1 against the spread, last 8 games versus teams with winning records. In other words, they're good against good teams. 4-1 against the spread with extra rest this season. The Rams, 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games as dogs. 1-1 this season against the spread. 0-2 against the spread so far this postseason are the Rams. We know they cut it very close in Week 1 in that comeback win. The Rams are 0-3 against the spread in their last 3 road games. Rams overs, though, 7-1 in their last 8 games, should that be something that interests you. That is it for your NFL announcer lineup and ENN on this conference championship weekend. ENN tonight, you know the deal. It's brought to you by our dearest of friends at Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Guys, we should close out with the last call crew at 1-800-919-3776. Anything you want to get in on this conference championship weekend. And if you want to get in your last-minute bets, FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. I'm feeling the Rams, even though I didn't pick them, so I'm really feeling the Seahawks. But it said Rams on the paper, so that's what I said. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts. Now, guys, you know, I said I'm Broncos to cover the number, Seahawks to cover the number as well, but I've been awful. You should come up with it you think while the playoffs keep rolling on. Visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 and over, physically present, New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Rick Pitino goes for his 900th career win against his son Richard when St. John's travels to Cincinnati to take on Xavier. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1:10 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $179 for 33 months. Or buy with 0.9% APR financing for 72 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for these details. VIN SN379853 and MSRP $33,425. Zero security deposit. APR $14.27 per month per $1,000 finance, ends 2/2/26.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Hey, the Patriots are traveling to Denver, and the Rams are traveling to Seattle. What's your feel? Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Caught with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, we have a serious situation happening right now in the YouTube chat.
What's that?
So as you guys know, on Fridays, I tend to get pizza, right? Like Stephanie's out. Callie's got hockey, and on the way back, she goes to Phil's in Syosset, picks up a nice pie, some other stuff as well, brings it in. You saw last week I got a little bit of chicken parm, which was really nice and delicious. So everybody's asking about where's the pizza, and Stephanie's not home yet. Callie still has practice. So then comes up this discussion about what, different things you would like to have on a pie. And Butch said pineapple pizza is the best. Then Jay Smoove says that ham and pineapple. What are we doing here?
They should be stoned.
What are we doing here?
I never tried it, but I do hear the whole sweet and salty kind of thing. So I get that vibe. It's not for me, but I can understand, I guess, if that's what you're looking for, that could work. I'm not mad at it. It's just not me.
It's not an everyday pie for me, but if I know a place that does it well, I think pepperoni and pineapple is delicious. That salty and sweet I find to be lovely. But believe me, I've had this argument 1,000 times, and Alan's going to make the obligatory, you're in New York. You can't eat pepperoni and pineapple. Oh!
I've never heard Alan talk like
that. That's about right. Honestly, though.
You never heard him say it, but and first of all, look at his track jacket. He's going to go, you're in New York. You're going to put pineapple on a pizza? What kind of guy? You, oh!
Got the Adidas on today. It's cold, man. This feels good. Yeah. Also, shout out Rod Strickland and LIU. But so 1,000,000 years ago, when California Pizza Kitchen had not yet moved all the way to the East Coast, I was out in California. That's back when I was working for, remember EA Sports? I told you guys that story about what a smart move I made, leaving that company and all the stock options I had. Drop! No, that was not a good thing. That's not a drop. That's I was stupid.
No, there was a drop. You dropped the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. But a friend of mine, when I was out there, and he's like, oh, let's go get pizza. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll try it out. And he takes me to a place, and I wanted pizza, so I just said, "Yeah, I'll get a couple of slices." And the guy was like, "Well, what do you want on it?" I'm like, "No, just a couple of slices." He goes, "No," and he's like pointing up to their board, and I see things like there's pineapple pizza, and then I couldn't even they had names for them, as if you have names for salads, like the Santa Fe pie, and then this, and so I'm going, no, man, just cheese, just cheese. Marinara, that's all. I'm good. He's like, well, we don't make it like that. I lost my mind. This was in San Mateo, California. And I couldn't understand. What are you talking? They had buffalo chicken pizza, which now everybody loves. But at the time, this is in the 90s, I couldn't process this. So I didn't eat. I said, I'm not eating any of this. I'm not having it. So then, of course, fast forward, now California Pizza Kitchen suddenly became this big chain. Everybody went to them, and that's all they serve. In that moment, I couldn't, nobody will like this. This will never work. And it ended up being, obviously, it's a huge business. I've never tried it, though. So you could tell me it tastes delicious. I've never tried it. I can't understand having, fruit on pizza. That's like ham and pineapple. That's quiche, man. Like, that's not pizza. You feel me?
Yeah, but it's have you ever had, I don't like it, but have you ever had a cookie or some sort of pastry with salt on it? It's that sweet and salty kind of combination you're looking for, like sweet and sour chicken. It's like the combination of the two flavors hitting that people seem to like.
Yeah, I totally understand it. When it comes to pizza, it's almost like the expectation, like Don, what you might had with sushi. The expectation of holding a slice of pizza and taking a bite and then having it taste like nothing that you would want in that moment. Like, I'm not expecting this. That's right. My problem. So I that's my hang up. I can't do it. Everybody has their flaws. I have many of them. This is one of them.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
It's not a flaw.
It's not my thing, but it's not crazy. Yeah.
But Alan, you're not in a weird.
I didn't go dice clay in the place. I just said no, I'm good. I'm all set.
No, but you're not in a weird place either. Many people feel strongly about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people hate and get animated. There are people scream about pineapple on pizza. It's like a trigger thing for people. Like, you want a pineapple? It's like it's one of those default. Don, you've heard it before. It's like a very New Yorky. We have the best
like you're
bagels.
Offending me.
We have the best pizza. How dare you bring up a thing that?
Bagels.
That is true. But how dare you bring up a thing that's something else? It's just like a built-in cliche.
Well, they made it sacred, right? They made the pizza sacred. Like, how are you soiling this great thing by putting something on it? Because people like to put stuff on it.
That's fine.
What are you gonna do?
Meanwhile, our whole country is a joke. Do you realize that we have accepted that pizza reviews are done by a yo-yo with a Boston accent who walks around grabbing pizza and goes, I should give him a Mayor Quimby accent. That was the wrong voice. We allowed a Boston guy to be the official reviewer of all pizza.
Well, you understand.
It's upside down. The whole world's upside down.
It's more of the entertainment value of it, which is everything in our society. It doesn't matter what you say. Is it entertaining? Okay, and then it just becomes what we all are too much with people. Is now we're all lemmings and we're just going to copycat it because it's funny and we want to be funny too, so we copycat it. And then
and we don't know what entertaining is anymore. Well, entertaining used to require like putting work into it, not standing outside with a T-shirt, holding up a piece of pizza, go take one bite, what's the score? And people go, this is the greatest content I have ever seen. There's that word again, content.
Content.
When I'm
how's it working out?
When I'm mindlessly scrolling and turning my brain into mush to ignore the problems of my life, these are the things that make me feel good. Well, whereas when we were kids, it's I'm going to sit down with my loved ones, I'm going to turn on a program, and I'm going to watch people put on a show. That is just, we don't live in that era anymore. And it's only going to get worse as time goes on.
But Alan brought back memories for me because we'd always have baseball or there was always something going on. And my dad loved pizza. And he still held true, even though he wasn't overly religious, of not eating meat on Friday. Not even during Lent. He didn't like to eat meat on Fridays, period. And we always had pizza on Friday. Always had pizza on Friday. So when you brought up that it was Friday, it did bring back a lot of memories that there wasn't even a discussion. We were getting pizza on Friday.
Yeah, that's how we do it. You know what else we do? Last caller crew. 800-919-3776. Only 2 lines available. Jump in now. We'll get as many in as we can before the weekend, everybody. Stay with us. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars
Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself!
We won! Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
The city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Hey, guys, you know when a trophy's raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events plus originals, highlights, coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. It's Friday night. You know there's lots of hoops tonight, this weekend, lots of basketball, and once football's out of the way, we're going to get a ton of NBA on Sundays as well, boys. I know you're all fired up. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. All in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today. I actually heard from some of the people at Get Up saying, you ready? Because in a couple of weeks, you know, the whole format starts to shift over from football.
Yeah. Oh, it's time, baby.
To NBA. And so, yeah, the marathon's going to start on the other side of the All-Star break, coming up in a few weeks, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Before we get to our last call, crew, we got lots of calls. The whole thing is loaded up, so let's get as many as we can. I do have to give him one more game time, brought to you by Tullamore Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's time.
That would have been better in unison, but I like that. Rangers and the Sharks in San Jose. Coverage follows Ty Butler, who follows us, on 88 at 9:30. Nets and the Celtics at 7:30. And Don LaGreca and the Devils in Vancouver playing the Canucks. 10 o'clock, and you can hear the dulcet tones of Don LaGreca on MSG Network tonight. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple Cashman Shared Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. John in Oakland wants to talk some za. Go ahead, John.
Za.
Hey, John.
I just want to preface this by saying I won't turn down a slice of any kind. Pineapple, probably not for me, but give it a try. I want to bring up a scenario. I want to hear your take. I had a buddy a while back, a law school buddy, meeting my home buddies, one of the first times, meeting up, going to bring a pie, going to get it from my place, my favorite place. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. He comes through with barbecue chicken pie, full pie. I found it to be particularly egregious that he would make that assumption. Was a good piece of pizza, I'm not going to lie, but to sell your spot and have that be the thing you bring, I thought was offensive. So curious to hear your take.
Yeah, that's interesting. Although I'm telling you, my kids love buffalo chicken pizza. They love it.
Yeah, listen, like I said, I'll eat it. I'm not going to turn it down, but to go full barbecue chicken pie, I thought was particularly
aggressive.
poor.
That is aggressive.
But let me throw something at you here that I find interesting with the pizza conversation. My wife is as New York as the Empire State Building.
She's Miss Hatton.
She's literally Miss Hatton.
Yeah.
Stony Brook alum.
Stony Brook alum. Stony Brook 40. Are you Stony Brook yourself?
We were there. We crossed paths a couple times. Not anything of note, but I know the name. So, yeah, shout out.
So, Stony Brook alum, 40 under 40 at Stony Brook, loved Queens so much that when her parents moved to Brooklyn, she insisted on staying in school in Queens and would go to find a way to school every single day, right? New York to the core. Her favorite pizza from her favorite spot in Queens is a chicken Caesar slice. It's her favorite slice in New York. And there are people who will hear chicken Caesar slice and be like, that's not pizza? Like, it's just so arbitrary of what makes a New York slice or not.
Interesting you say that.
That's fair. I respect it.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, John. Peter, I'll share this real quick. When Stephanie gets the Caesar salad on the side, I might
put it on the pizza.
I might put some of that on the pizza.
Well,
I kind of like that little mix. Let's go to,
shouts to Romeo's Pizza.
John in Atlanta. Go ahead, John.
D'Agostino. I hear in Atlanta there's no bread on the shelves. It's like the end of the world is coming here to Atlanta. Jared Stidham, Stephen A. seems to be railing against the guy about because he hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years. Didn't we just have Phillip Rivers take Seattle to an end of the last-minute field goal, and he hadn't played in, 4 or 5 years? Don't understand. I mean, I don't think that he's going to be the reason why they possibly win or lose the game. He's making a mountain out of a molehill. My last point is Saleh. How in the world does Robert Saleh land another head coaching job?
Because he coached with the Jets, and people give him the benefit of the doubt, John. Like that's
and how do you not? I mean, right?
Yeah, like he's such a good coordinator.
Right.
He's such a good coordinator. His only failure is with the Jets. Well, why not?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, listen, could Stidham lose the game? Yeah, he could throw 4 picks, right? I don't think they'll put him in a situation to do that. But the thing that could hurt is there might be a moment where he needs to make a play. Can he make that play?
Right.
All right, he hasn't thrown a ball in 2 years. He's thrown in practice. He knows the system. He's an NFL quarterback. He can make the throw, but can he make the throw to win them the game? And that's left to be seen. I would probably bet no.
Yeah.
But even if you dumb it down, guys, and even if you game manage, there's going to be a couple of moments where you're going to have to make the play.
Yeah,
and can he do that?
And that's going to be the challenge. By the way, it's not a great comp to Phillip Rivers when Phillip Rivers was, in his time, a great quarterback who has history. Stidham hasn't really done it in the NFL at all to have any type of resume or feel for what he's about to walk into. Nick in Westwood, you're up next, Nick.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
I just want to know what your thought on, obviously the Yankees needed Cody Bellinger back, and that was big that they got him back. But what's next for them? Because they did have the best offense in the league in last year in the regular season, but then in the playoffs, obviously their pitching and everything went down. But, I don't think the team is built to get to the AL championship. What do you guys think?
Well, just quickly, what is it about them that you think will hold them back?
I think it's their offense, honestly. I know they were the best team in the league last year, but, the Blue Jays outplayed them, and I don't think they could get there again.
So the Blue Jays will be in their way, and that's fair because the Blue Jays, they did a great job with their pitching staff, so you got to like what they've done. But I don't know how. The Yankees have to be healthy. And if they're healthy, they're going to be dangerous. When they get healthy, they're a dangerous team. They still have one of the best lineups in the sport, and I think their pitching when everybody's healthy is going to be a lot better.
But who do you want replaced, right? Like Caballero is going to be your shortstop to start the year, so you don't have to worry about Volpe. McMahon is a really good defender. Yeah, you'd rather have a better third baseman, but they're not going to replace him. Grisham's here, all right? You hope he hits like he did last year, but where's the hole? Who do you want replaced, I guess is the question.
I don't want anyone replaced technically, but I think giving Grisham the franchise tag was just a terrible idea.
Well,
of course it was.
They all they did was they qualified him, and he took it. They didn't think he would. Nick,
not the franchise tag, the qualifying.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
That's
the
mistake.
I know what you meant.
That was a mistake, but we've got to move past that.
But you hope the mistake is you hope the mistake will work out for you by him having another good year. And doesn't he have to have a good year when he's going to be a free agent? Like he's going to he's got to make his money right now. So this has got to be the time for him. Do we dare try it with less than a minute to go?
Oh my God, risk.
I know what you're asking.
Is this a big risk?
You can always just fade out with
can't
music.
Be done.
It can't be done? Not going to do it. All right. Well,
he hesitated.
Everybody, we already talked about the weather coming up.
You hesitate.
Very cold tomorrow. And you got to be aware of that. Rich Hoffman told us, too. The fact that it's cold means that slight dusting, the beginning of it all, means the bottom of it's going to be frozen. So be very careful, even if it's early in the storm. If you think you're going to go out there, be careful. We're all worried about you. We care about you guys because you give us a reason to keep doing this show every day. So be safe. Be warm this weekend. Help out your neighbors. Don, get home safe. Have a great weekend, boys. Enjoy the football on Sunday.
Let's do it Monday.
All the best.
Prizes,
Flyaways,
even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and